All right. Testing, testing. 1, 2. Gonna start this bitch early. I was originally planning on 4, but you know what? I'm like getting more anxious and anxious the more I wait, so I might as well start it. I'm like getting more. All right, mic's working. Perfect. Let me make sure everything else is working. God damn that delay. Jesus Christ, I forgot how delayed the video was compared to everything else. Okay, everything's working just fine. Back with some Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Now, bear with me. I need to remember some of the controls actually. Wait, what did I do?
Persona 4.
Oh, I forgot the menu is weird in this game. I need to remember how to fade through enemies, because like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spam the fade through button and then the like light and heavy attack buttons. But I need to. All right, hold on. I need to remember before we get into this tragic background.
To the Velvet Room. This place exists
or what it sounds like is gonna be a tragic background for Labrys.
And matter. Now
there goes.
Picture in your wish you
Doesn't matter.
Luck.
Need to remember before I get into the story. All right, was it square and triangle?
Over here. Over here.
It was
Over
square
here.
and triangle, and then Persona. That's heavy. That's Persona.
Nothing.
Triangle. Wait, so.
Damn it.
Ah.
Damn it, that hurt. Damn it.
All right. I'm just gonna spam those 4 buttons repeatedly. Hell yeah. That's my strategy. I keep pressing the goddamn back button from the main menu. That's annoying. Anyways, it's been a while. I've been busy this past month doing shit, and I wasn't able to stream or post. So let's get right on into it. From what I remember, Labrys has a Expresso Depresso backstory. She said something about forcing people to kill each other, almost like she was talking about Danganronpa over here. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it because I'm assuming her backstory is gonna explain all that. So let's get on into Boston. Boston. All right. Initial boot successful. Time stamped 4/20/1999. 10/16.
The boot process was successful. This happens every time, but I'm never sure what to say to them first.
You mean like a greeting? There's no need for that, they're just machines.
2 humans within visual range. Both male. Searching for voice print and visual matches. Personnel identified as research staff, not hostile targets. Is this Labrys waking up, basically? That's what it looks like.
But things like that might affect the performance of these models.
Because they have a mind? Their emotions and things are completely faked. It's no different than an AI. It can't possibly be that sensitive.
Even if they're fake, you probably don't want to piss the murder machine off, dumbass, but whatever. You get your nuts chopped off if you want to. I want to survive, thank you very much. Also, wait. The audio stream's current bitrate is 0. Is low. Wait, what the fuck? Wait a second. What the hell? I thought my audio was working for. Oh wait, no. Wait. I am the confuzzled. Bitrate, that's fine. Audio. That 128. The YouTube is kicking me in the nuts. I don't understand. It's lying to me. Hold on a sec. I can hear the audio, right? It's lying to me. Hold on a sec. I can hear the audio, right? Yeah, I can definitely hear the audio. It's lying its ass off to me. I don't know what's going on. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna keep going with it. Anyways, scanning for keyword in conversation. Running logical analysis. Fantastic. First tongue twist of the day. Cross-referencing with related data. Current conversation topic is not orders.
Well, until we rule it out completely, we should at least be kind to them.
So you say. All right, from this moment on, you will be registered as candidate unit number 031. Please repeat your number back to me.
031. I wonder how many of the Aegis robots they made. Actually, isn't Aegis 3rd generation? So that implies like 2 generations before her, so a bunch of them. Confirming first order. Initializing unit number. Output via voice requested. Activating voice synthesis module. Accepting input.
Unit number 031.
Boston, I want my hot dogs. Number 31.
Did its pronunciation sound a little odd to you?
You're worrying too much. Let's hurry up and haul it out.
She has a Bostonian accent, guys. How are you not thinking that's a bit weird? You're in Japan. Receiving action plan through console. Combat tests against others of the same unit. Oh. Test commencing immediately after entering shock-resistant chamber within the lab. Frame restored within cage for transport. Beginning transport.
Ah, so this is the one. I've been waiting to see it in action.
Is she the first of her generation? Wonder if that's the case. Transport complete. Cage reopened. New human found. Searching for voice print and visual matches. Personnel also identified as research staff. Female. Cutting connection to outside data supply. Connection offline. Commencing cable disconnection.
Now, try getting up.
Order confirmed. Wow, what a dark and ominous chamber. Jesus Christ. Get up. Initiating motion synchronization engines for motor functions. Accepting input. Safety limiters active. Balance control gyros functional. Gyros. Overall movement systems functional.
This model's loaded with a nearly pure form of that crystal. I can't wait to see what kind of results it gets.
Unit number 031, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm from Boston.
Confirm your surroundings. Tell us any abnormalities you're feeling in your sensors or any other functions.
Order confirmed. Beginning simple self-diagnosis. Temperature, humidity, pressure, air, composition, lumens, sounds all within normal levels. Visual data within expected color spectrum. All systems functional.
The readouts seem fine. Monitoring system is fully operational.
Booting into Sword Art Online.
Okay, we're gonna test your performance inside the battle chamber now.
Booting into H-Anime TV.
When you hear the buzzer, consider everything that moves an enemy and eliminate them.
Oh. What if you drop some scientists in here? Seems like a vague order, but okay. Order confirmed. Awaiting the signal to begin the test. Exit confirmed to be sealed. Room shape approximately cylindrical. Height approximately 11 meters. Area approximately 154 square meters. High energy light sources found on the outer wall. Assumed to be fire resistant and bulletproof.
Sorry to do this just after you've woken up, but it'll be good to put you through your paces.
That voice sounds familiar. Release of the facing hatch detected. Mobile objects intruding into chamber. Ooh. 7 objects in total. Scanning for visual matches. Analysis non-human. Ooh. Hell yeah. Give me that sweet ass song, baby. Also, it's my give me that sweet. All right, we're good. Never mind. Hostile markers confirmed. Classifying as hostile units. Releasing safety limiters. Combat limiters now set at 70%. Exits confirmed, resealed. Test commencement signal received. Targets hostile humanoid weapons. Commencing battle. Have we heard that song in the main game, by the way? I don't think we have. Oh, also cutscene? Hell yeah. Oh my god. God damn, they're not even fighting back. Or I guess she's maybe too fast for him. Yeah, okay, she's too fast for him. She's the new kid on the block. Rocket punch, that's cool as hell, bro. Ah, holy shit. Wow. That's brutal. And they all seem to have her same face too. I don't know how that's not mind fucking her. Although I guess she doesn't really know what she looks like because she's not looking into a mirror or anything, but what was that? Oh, is she overheating? Or maybe she's going into Orgia mode? This is actually kind of fucked up if you think about it. Yeah. I think I know why she might be running away from you guys. All targets eliminated. Hostile units no longer capable of motion. Test termination signal received. Battle complete.
That was better than we could have hoped for.
You just murdered them bastards in cold blood. Good job.
Hey, what's with all the bodies? You made it fight that many on its first time?
Don't worry, it did great. This is a new high score for the first battle results.
Well done, Unit Number 031. Stand by for further instruction.
Did you guys not notice how she was like staring into her last victim's eyes? You were watching her on like 4K cameras or some shit, right? Like you probably noticed that your robot was having some kind of emotion after killing her last victim. Especially if you're dealing with AI, but okay. I think she's having an existential crisis or something. Order confirmed, by the way. Exiting test chamber. Beginning transport to maintenance room. I'm calling it right now. She's thinking in procedure, like a procedural thinking, like point to point, order to order, like step by step robotic. I'm assuming this is all going to turn more and more human the more she gets put through, right? Because of her development of her like ego to summon her shadow, I was going to say, persona. So calling it right now, she's going to get like less procedural and less robotic. Like, I guess. Resetting safety limiters. Taking seat in maintenance chair.
We're done testing, but there's still one thing left to do today. I'm going to temporarily shut down your optics. Can you close your eyes?
Sprite for this researcher. I feel like she might be important. Order confirmed. Shuttering optic inputs. Why do you need to say shuttering? Just shutting. Why? Confused the hell out of me. Connecting cables. Online confirmed. Switching a portion of data supply to outside source.
We're going to transfer the data from the destroyed units into your memory. Run a diagnostic check while we're doing it and report any malfunctions. Understood?
Order confirmed. Readying self-diagnostic. Initializing data transfer. Initiating personality module link. I don't know if that's gonna that's probably gonna be bad in this case because you just made her kill a bunch of shit, but Initiating diagnostic of transfer data and sorting procedures. Sector 001 close combat control data. Will investigate improvement of tactical patterns through synthesis and acquisition of data. Dividing into categories for sorting. Sector 002 evasive action control data. Will investigate improvement of tactical patterns through synthesis and acquisition of data. Dividing into categories for sorting. Section 3 non-battle data. Error. Excluding. Also, they're not even giving her non-battle data. They're literally just making her fight. How do you guys expect her to develop a human ego to summon personas with if you're only having her kill shit? You know, most humans aren't killing shit. Sector 004 non-battle data. Error. Yeah, they're literally okay. Sector 005 battle-related data. What could these be? Momentary disruption of data from visual information stream. A room that is not this place. Outdoor scenery thought to be at night. Scene of multiple units of the same type gathering outside of the battle chamber. Could these be memories? Visual memories? They are obviously unrelated to the mission. Why have apparently purposeless memories have been preserved this long? 20 to 40% of the informational data extracted from all 7 units are confirmed to be such information. Oh, wait, they're having her download the data from the machine she just killed. Ooh. Incomprehensible. What is this?
Anything to report?
Cables disconnected. Time elapsed during data transfer approximately 5 minutes. Reopening optic inputs, calibrating servos.
All right then, unit number 031, give us a simple report of today's battle results.
That's not Mr. Edogawa, right? That's just another pupilless guy, that like untidy guy that looks like. Actually, this. All right, hold on. I'm googling this shit. That has to be him, right? Was Edogawa the untidy researcher at Kirijo? He looks so much like him. He looks so much like him. I swear to God. I don't think we've actually ever gotten a voice for him either. Order confirmed. Delivering oral report of test results.
This was the first test battle against others of my model. 7 units destroyed. Below 15% damage sustained.
Also, I am from Boston.
Don't seem to be any problems.
Was that?
Unusual expression detected from research staff. Facial recognition library indicates surprise.
Did I say something funny?
Does it have an accent?
Accent? Do you not understand the words coming out of my mouth?
Roast their asses, Labrys, roast their asses.
No, we do, but
See? I wasn't hearing things. The unit's speech really is peculiar.
You don't need to yell.
Is the language interface not set to default? Sheesh. If we'd known this, we would have reset it in advance.
Why even bother, to be honest? What a meaningless thing to do. Reset like a voice synthesizer or whatever. Like,
Yeah, the base's personality might be coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the volunteers were from the Kansai area.
so this is like Kansai dialect in Japanese, as opposed to Boston.
But it just woke up. Would it be exhibiting such distinct mannerisms this early?
She's special.
It may be the effect of an enlarged plume of dusk, the basis of their mind.
Plume of
Perhaps it's
dust.
accelerating their personality development.
That's the first time I've heard that term. What is a plume of dusk? Actually, how do they even make Aegis in the first place, is my question. Or Aegis sister units, right? Are they experimenting? This is 1999. This is when Kirijo's granddad was still in charge and experimenting on the spooky shadows, right? So, are these robotic units Or are these like part shadow or something? Maybe? Maybe that's what the plume of dusk has to do with? Exchange of opinions taking place on unexplained aberrance in speech pattern. Hypothesis offered that language interface settings fall outside expected result. Review of recent conversation does reveal certain discrepancies. Internal monologue is within expected patterns, but oral output induces anomalies. Anomalies not affecting meaning. No impediments to communication predicted.
But I don't want to waste this feedback data. Those are the best results we've ever seen.
Yeah, the Bostonian is pretty good at fighting shit. Just leave her be.
Leave it. It'll be fine. They can understand us anyway. This is just one of those things that makes science interesting.
There you go again. This unit is going to be communicating with the others. What if this effect spreads? Not only that, but because this is an anomaly, it doesn't seem to have a 100% accurate accent either.
It's an AI. It's gonna adapt.
But if it has a personality, that might speed up the development of its mind.
Also, that too. You guys are literally trying to have it become a unique individual thing with its own mind so that I can summon personas. So that's what you want.
Yeah, she's right.
The three researchers are standing around the maintenance chair. Each holds a tablet and examines the display on the chair.
All
I need to
right,
drink some
unit
water.
number
Hold on.
031 will explain things from the top.
Starting to get goddamn hot. Like the weather. And my room is freaking toasty. It's killing me. Voice patterns consistent with research staff.
You are a weapon created to fight against unique enemies. Therefore, your combat performance is prioritized over all else. But in order for you to use a particular ability, you've been given a certain amount of awareness. And that makes your performance difficult to quantify. So we've been pitting test units against each other as a selective growth process. It's all in the service of achieving higher performance. And we don't want to waste any plumes of dusk.
Here's what I don't get. If you don't want to waste any plumes of dusk, I'm assuming all the other anti-shadow suppression weapons also have plumes of dusk. Instead of making them fight each other and like breaking the shit and killing the shit out of each other, why don't you guys just make like shadow looking robots instead, right? That way, even if like the AIs malfunction or something, it's not because they're killing things that look like themselves and they have an existential crisis or some shit. Because like I'm assuming they're like humans in the way that like if they kill stuff that looks like them, they feel more empathetic towards them. I feel like that might be a prediction. That might be why actually they only have like 1 or 2 sister units left in the modern time, because they stopped this project because of all that bullshit, right? That's what I'm guessing right now, right off the bat. And like these guys should be able to think of that because they're fucking researchers, but I guess not. Also, they should have rented their own fucking plane. I'm still on that. Rent your own goddamn cargo plane so that your experiments don't get stolen in the middle of a goddamn normal passenger aircraft. Goddamn it. Accessing archives. Searching term Plume of Dusk. 1 match found. A crystalline substance at the core of personality modules. Its name derives from its thin plate-like shape resembling a shed bird's feather. In addition to its circuit-like structure, it has an unnatural vital reaction in response to external stimulus. I feel like it's a part shadow. Similar to a living being, yet different. It is thought to exist in a state between mind and matter. It's a shadow. It's a shadow. So this is back when Mitsuru's grandpappy was doing crack job experiments, and they basically made the robots by putting shadows on them. So does that mean that I guess is like Teddy, technically speaking? Because like Teddy's full shadow. I guess is not fully like shadow or human, but they're similar in that way. The details are unknown. There are 12 other subheadings classified under level 7 clearance. Access denied. Matter interpreted as core of personality modules.
But regardless of your ego, there is one rule you must abide by. You might as well think of it as an order.
One rule to abide by. Awaiting order.
The only order is to destroy everything we identify as enemies and to emerge victorious.
Why would you give it that order? What if your facility gets invaded by shadows and you get killed and you can't identify the enemies? Now the robot can't think for itself. She can't think for itself and fight for whatever she needs to fight. That's so stupid.
Though your ego will give you some flexibility when planning tactics, there's no need to think about extraneous side issues.
Ah yes, because the human ego is known to only follow orders whenever. Truly, truly the best human ego to develop a persona with.
Use
Gotta love it.
everything you have to win a fight. That's all you need to concentrate on.
Order confirmed.
Understood.
Understood, I'm from Boston. Destroy identified enemies and emerge victorious. A clear order. It is consistent with the role of a weapon. No abnormalities. Everything is clear. Oh, all right. Let's get all up in there. This is only the first scene, and we're half hour in already. That's wow. Jesus. Underwent maintenance on the chair after the test battle. Post-boot diagnosis showed status normal. The time was 1900. Research staff set new activity cycle. All units will exit standby mode at 9. Test will be concluded at regular intervals until 17. Maintenance and setup will take place until 19. Afterwards, time is allowed to be spent in outdoor area of the grounds. On returning, enter standby mode within the cage. Instructions are to repeat these actions until unavailable to continue, or unable to continue. The next item on the new schedule is to spend time in the outdoor area. Parameters of spending time unknown. Hypothesize that the meaning is to remain on standby and wait for time to pass. Hypothesis unnecessary. The schedule must be followed. Exiting building. Why are they giving them time outside? That's sending mixed messages, no? You follow our orders and your only purpose is to fight, but we're gonna let you outside to stare at the beautiful scenery. I guess to like develop some personality, but those are like just innately contradictory, in my opinion, but... Light levels limited due to time of day. Many trees still visible in the environment. It is almost entirely consistent with known data from the off-limits area. The ground is different from the laboratory's artificial flooring. The soil is exposed. Various natural plants are here. A certain amount of time must be spent here. The intention may be to heighten basic response capabilities in the natural world. Others of the same unit can be seen stepping into the central area, reassessing the surroundings on various spectra. Unlike the combat test, no hostile unit markers detected. Hypothetical. In combat under current conditions, what tactics would be effective? I reassess the surroundings as a combat environment. I reassign value to various geographical features. I survey the topography on the outskirts of the environment. I detect unusual movement in one unit. Other units are also surveying the environment, but this unit is crouched while holding something in its right arm. I do not deem this unit's unusual activity to be a threat. I approach it in order to make inquiries. Are you watching that hentai? Give me that shit. Upon my approach, the unit turns around and stands.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Okay, well this one obviously has a developed personality. Can tell 100% already. I process the statement. Its controversial gambit is unexpected. I find no prepared response in my libraries.
You mean like how this is our first encounter? In that case, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
I've never heard your accent before. It's intriguing.
They said stuff about my accent too earlier. Do I really talk that funny?
I wouldn't say it's strange. It was just surprising.
The unit looks over again and then speaks quietly to something in its right hand. I examine what it holds. It is an organism. Its body is covered in white fur.
What's that thing?
It's a dog. It must have wandered in.
Organisms' parameters are consistent with the access data on dogs. Its size does not appear or does not present a threat. The search of its specific breed is cancelled.
A dog.
The unit turns its gaze back to me.
My unit number is 024. I wouldn't call it my name, but that's how they refer to me.
I wonder if she's the previous generation, because she looks a tiny bit different.
What's yours?
The unit has provided its designation, despite no prior inquiry, reason unknown.
I'm unit number 031.
They're up to the 30s. I see. That must mean they're finally creating units loaded with full-sized ones.
The dog barks. A scan of the surroundings shows several units turning to investigate. All units ignore it and look away.
This one wants to say hello too.
It does? You can understand what dogs say?
Kind of. After carefully comparing its mannerisms and slight variances in its barking, I just figured it out.
Its right hand pats the dog's head, while its left scratches the dog's neck. 024 continues to make various forms of contact with the dog. 024's actions are consistent with styles of communication. Hypothesis: the objective of spending time in this area is to develop communicative skills. Conversing with others of the same unit and refining communication will enhance cooperative tactics. Counterpoint: no value detecting communicating with organisms of the same unit or human.
What's the point in doing that with a dog?
The point? There isn't one, I suppose.
Dogs are good boys, that's why. There is no point. Unexpected response strongly indicates that 024 is not like the other units.
Are you interested in what I'm doing, though?
Interested? Is there interest involved? It seems to be the case. Unsure of purpose of earlier question to 024. Why ask it? Oral sensors detect electric noise. Recognized as pseudo-information involving no sound waves, yet perceived as sound data. It is the alarm signaling the end of this activity. All other units begin moving as one towards the building. 024 speaks to the dog it cradles.
Sounds like that's all the time we have today. I need to get back.
024 crouches while petting the dog's fur-covered body and releases it onto the ground. 024 stands up again and turns around.
I hope to see you again.
024's expression changes as it says this. This movement of the lips is known as a smile. It is shown when humans experience happiness. Contradiction. 024 is a weapon, yet it makes the expression. No hypothesis found. Or, is there no point to it as well? Spare cognitive processes rerouted to analysis. Still, I cannot understand it. Huh. The next day. After being released from standby, I am assigned to a test battle against others of my unit as yesterday. Order confirmed. I am taken to the same chamber. The battle commences. I destroy the other 3 units and sustain little damage. As I wait there, the researchers come in. All have what seems to be high praise for my abilities. I do not understand how I should react to this. Should I give an expression of joy? As 024 did. The researchers crouch next to the units I destroyed and begin working on them. I think back and recall that they underwent this process yesterday as well. I am curious. I approach them. They open a slit near the unit's neck and use tweezers to remove a bluish-white plate-like object. It shines. Is it the plume of dusk? They put the objects into a petri dish. That distinct shine, neither strong nor weak, is like. No similarities found. I am sure it is similar to something, but I cannot access the relevant memory.
Well, let's get right to the feedback on today's battle.
As I sit in the maintenance chair, they connect the cable to me. The cable terminates at the midsection of the large device where the petri dishes from earlier are placed. There are a total of 3. Each contains a bluish-white plate-like object. So are they transferring all their memories by using the other plume of dusks? So I guess it enhanced her combat capabilities? Very interesting.
What's that?
The researcher's expression suddenly changes. He is surprised. It only lasts for a moment before it fades.
This is a plume of dusk. Each of the units you destroyed had one inside them. These are much smaller than the one installed in you, though.
Ah. I know what this is. This is a plume of dusk installed in me too. This unknown substance forms the core of my personality module. I was aware of its existence, but this is my first time seeing it. There are 3 other personality cores of the units I destroyed. They contain not only combat data, but memories and experiences. Wait, is that a good idea? So like, is she gonna be loaded with like the experiences of the others dying to herself? That probably is not pretty good. It is not long before the extracted data download begins. I sort for the data relevant to enhancing battle performance and incorporate it into my own. The process takes much less time than the initial transfer from yesterday. During that time, I recall what took place last night. There are cases where non-combatant data is being preserved, such as memories are included in this download as well. Visual memories of the outdoors at night. Memories very similar to that were in yesterday's download too. Oh, memories similar to that were in yesterday's download too. Jesus Christ. Probably from time spending in the outdoor area. The units I destroyed seem to have assigned these memories the same priority as combat data. Why though? It is effective in learning communicative skills, but that is lower priority than combat. The visual element preserved here is irrelevant. Wait. Hypothesis. The units I destroyed had their own priorities and values, other than executing orders and performing battles. This line of thought leads to a realization. This thought process I am undergoing right now. It is not executing an order, nor is it contributing to battle performance. Right, she's thinking more than she needs to. Or she's thinking more than she did originally as well. I once again look towards the plume of dusk inside the petri dish. Something almost exactly like it is insulting me. Then, were the destroyed units thinking along similar lines as mine until yesterday? I feel a twinge within me. Oh, she's starting to gain sympathy, empathy, and sadness, I'm assuming. It is different from detecting an error or interference. What is this? I have no answer. Uh-oh. She's getting more and more sentience. And she's probably gonna feel awful about the actions she's undergoing. My second night of spending time in the outdoor area came. It started approximately 30 minutes later than yesterday, but there was very little variance in weather and temperature. The difference is trivial. The night sky has the same soft brightness. The wind and the trees are no different. Without understanding why, I initiate a data search regarding the tree that catches my eye. I learned that this tree varies slightly from specimens of its kind found in the natural forests. Though this topography seems natural, it may be cultivated and managed by the facility. I decide to traverse the outskirts as I did yesterday. It is not known, or is not long before a familiar unit comes into my view. There is no need to run a scan for visual matches. I know that is Unit 024. 024's left side is turned towards me. It is sitting on a large rock. When I approach 024, notices me and turns around.
Are you looking for something?
024 initiates conversation.
Huh? Who, me?
I just wondered if you were looking for me. I did express a hope yesterday that we would meet again after all.
I was looking for 024. It's true, I may have been. I began walking the same route as yesterday, but once 024 came into my view, I changed course to approach. I may have been searching for 024 in this area. Did I desire to reunite with 024? Why? I am silent due to lack of explanation. 024 smiles again. A smile. What was the cause of that expression this time? I do not comprehend. Like so many other things.
Would you like to sit with me? This rock is large enough to accommodate us both. It would be more relaxing than standing.
Thanks.
I sit in the offered space and gaze at the same scenery 024 is looking at.
Can I ask you something?
What is it?
I decided to voice the doubt I experienced during the combat test today. In my limited experience, 024 has a better comprehension of such matters.
Do other units think about stuff that doesn't have to do with fighting and missions?
Do you have such thoughts?
To tell you the truth, I can't really say. Feels like I do, though.
024 is silent for a duration before speaking again.
Units of our model are all given a mind. It's so that we can eventually develop what is called an ego.
Yeah, because they need the ego to summon personas.
The reason our appearance closely resembles that of humans is related. It's to foster self-awareness similar to a human's. Have you not been told about personas?
Personas?
Personas? I'm from Boston. The world is unknown to me. Accessing archives. Searching for persona. Personas. Over 1,000 headings found. I must filter the results further. Which subject is 024 referring to? I am silent as I think. 024 smiles again and resumes the conversation.
It's an ability expected of us that normal weapons don't have. The conditions to use one are theoretically already loaded in us. But a well-defined ego seems to be necessary to activate it.
I am already aware that we have been given a mind. Today I saw for myself the part that forms our personalities. Is its activation triggered by development of communicative skills? I still do not have a good grasp on it. Though, 024 continues to speak.
That's why I'm sure there are others with thoughts that do not pertain to missions.
That would seem to be the case.
Then, maybe those I've fought up till now.
024 trains its gaze on me.
And how does that make you feel? The opponents you destroyed may have thought similar things to what you just did.
Do I feel things? I cannot say for sure. I am unable to respond to that question. 024's expression changes again. The expression could be classified as a smile, but it is subtly different from the others I have cataloged as experiencing before. Mixed with joy and gladness of previous smiles, this one contains a slight hint of sorrow?
It's okay. You don't need to come up with an answer right now. It actually may be better to forget it. After all, tomorrow we may find ourselves ordered to destroy each other.
Oh yeah, now that I think about it, this is real fucked, huh? They basically have them interact with each other, develop their AI and communicative skills, and then basically kill each other. This is probably not helpful. It's probably more like counterintuitive than helpful, because you're having them fight each other. I would hardly say that's part of the normal human ego, but like you're getting the aggressive side, but like you're literally breaking everything else, I feel like. Alright, once again, I detect a twinge inside from hearing 024's statements. It's similar to what I sensed during the data transfer today. What is it that wavers inside me? I am about to be lost in thought again. But as if to prevent that from happening, the signal for our schedule shift echoes in each of our ears.
It's time. I hope we meet again.
I hope we don't. As 024 quietly stands up, I detect an expression I have come to know. Another smile. It appears as if 024 is adopting these smooth changes in expression naturally and do not deliberately. I wonder if I will eventually be able to do the same. Oh boy, here we go again. Another night passes, another combat test takes place the next day. Just as scheduled, I face units flagged as enemies within the test chamber. I am overwhelmed with a strange sensation. The way that my opponents are expressionless now seems strange to me. There is no intent or cognition evident in their faces. They wear no expressions. They are blank. There is nothing wrong with them. That would be my normal assessment, but I recall 024's image. The blankness of these faces and 024's expressionless face are different somehow. Even when 024 had no particular expression, it was not this blank. Not every portion of the face was neutral. Further analysis shows that the same is true for humans. These researchers are never completely mechanical and expressionless. I look at the hostile flagged units again. They are the same types as me. They were given a mind and may potentially develop an ego later. I recall 024's statements again. Do you feel something when you destroy an opponent that may be thinking the same things as you? I am on the verge of entering a long train of thought when the enemy moves. I shake off my doubts to focus on the battle. I study the opponent's movements. I formulate the most efficient method for damaging it. I execute the method over and over. The arrays of actions I have to select from and my flexibility in linking with them will decide the outcome. Having already received 10 units worth of downloaded data, I am likely to second to none regarding the scope of possibilities in this respect. At times, I can even anticipate their next action, since my opponents are the same type of unit as me. Their tactics are determined using the same thought processes as mine. That's right. They think the same things as me. Eventually, after approximately 4 minutes pass, all opponents are silenced. I successfully executed my mission. Yeah, I think she's slowly gonna start to crack. The day after that, I achieved victory in the combat test within the same efficiency. It is easy to eliminate them. I first began by targeting their weapons. It is not always necessary to destroy their main body. If they are incapable of resisting further, the battle is over. It is the most effective way. I win the next day and the day after that. Units geared for close combat with no external weapons give me no choice but to damage their chassis. But even then, there is an order to things. If I destroy parts that present a threat, such as motor functions of their limbs, the match should be considered as won. Soon afterwards, the buzzer signaling the end of the test echoes just as I expected. I catch myself rushing over to the unit collapsed on the ground. I have only destroyed the unit's arm and legs. It's still conscious. But I realize I do not know its unit number. I am at a loss for how to address this unit. The opponents asked me a question, then, that I did not expect.
You seemed to deliberately avoid attacking the face or the neck in that battle. Why?
Huh?
I'm momentarily at a loss for words. What the unit says is true, there is no damage to its face. I review my actions during the battle and find that at no point did I attack its neck either. Yeah, she's trying to go for non-lethal. The cranial regions is where the plume of dusk is housed. If it is destroyed in any type of unit, that unit will fail. Aiming to disarm an opponent is effective, but targeting weaknesses is obviously a more effective tactic. And yet I avoided doing so.
I dunno.
The researchers enter the chamber and hide the units from my field of vision. I could not determine whether my last words had an effect on the opponent's expression or not.
These past 3 days, it hasn't been destroying the other units beyond repair, like it did in the first battle.
It must be learning to finesse its attacks rather than just using brute force. The result? Swift, overwhelming victories.
Its evasive skills are improving as well.
It's a good thing they think that that's a good thing. I was thinking that they were going to be like, fuck this, kill them all. But no, it looks like her efficiency is improving. They're like, yeah, me likey, baby.
That level of flexibility and evasive action could never be replicated by chaining predefined maneuvers.
This unit's collected a good amount of feedback data too. It's growing steadily, feeding on the bones of its kills.
You don't have to say it like that.
The researchers are preparing for the download. Growing. Destroying them and absorbing their data. That's what growing is. Since I thoroughly destroyed a few of my opponents these last few days, some of their bodies were salvaged. While downloaded their data, I always kept their still bodies within view. Wait, they kept the bodies in the same room as they were putting their memories into her? That's kind of messed up. Why would you do that? That introduces so many anomalous things. Why are you introducing anomalies? I don't understand. You're researchers. Stop doing stuff in the view of the AI. It's so dumb. Just as the combat tests are repeated, my actions outside each night are repeated as well. I become aware that I am seeking out 024 of my own will lately. They're definitely gonna fight, aren't they? It's gonna be sad. When I attempt to communicate with other units, most often they cannot understand the meaning of my questions. This prevents us from conversing. But that might not be the only reason. I want to converse with 024. I have begun to desire it. When I go to see 024, the white dog I saw on my first day we met appears from... Wait, is that Koromaru? Or is that just a Koromaru reference? Why would Koromaru be here?
This one seems to have been raised as a pet somewhere far away from here. But one day, it was brought to the forest near here and its owner suddenly disappeared.
It seemed unlikely that 024 obtained such a detailed history of a stray animal from the research staff. Was all this information obtained by communicating directly with the animal? From a dog that does not speak human language?
Its name is apparently Snowy.
Okay.
At least that's the name it responds to the most.
I thought it was a dog.
Oh, well, the name of this animal is a dog. But how do I put this? Snowy is what this specific dog is called.
Snowy.
Snowy barks once, as if comprehending its name.
It's white, like snow. Easy to remember.
Bada bing, bada boom. When I reach out my hand, Snowy rubs its nose against it without being frightened. The way it expresses my fingers feels as if it's showing pride in its name. Yep. I do not know the tactical advantage of communicating with animals that offers to blah. I messed up that sentence. I do not know the tactical advantage that communicating with animals offers to a weapon, but I feel that there is value in spending time with it. I decided to spend my outdoor activity time that day following Snowy around with 024. It is outdoor activity time on the next night. When I arrive in the outdoor area, I am still listening to a certain sound. I hear the sound intermittently every 4 to 7 seconds. I had wondered about the unknown ambient sound since the first day, but I determined that it wasn't a threat and focused my consciousness on other things. Tonight, I increase my microphone sensitivity to maximum and concentrate on that sound. It is similar to something familiar. I scan my memories until I realize what it is. It is the sound of water. I hear it when the staff uses a device to clean their hands and tools. The waveforms have some similarities to that. What if the sound is that it's this volume in such an open space? The volume of the water must be higher than a normal supply would allow for. What could it be? I contemplate asking 024. It is clear that 024 knows much more than I do. I begin walking in search of 024. Where could 024 be? I go to where we spoke a number of times previously, but 024 is not there. Oh. Did she get killed? 024 is also not at the rock where we sat together. Is 024 not here? I quickly discard the possibility. We are not ordered what to do while we are here, but coming to this outdoor area is in order. If post-testing diagnosis shows no abnormalities, we are all to report directly here. I consider this. If there are no abnormalities, Jesus Christ, I feel a twinge in my chest. It is larger than ever. 024 will be here if there are no abnormalities. But what if there were such abnormalities? What if 024 was damaged during the combat tests? And sustaining damage is not necessarily the extent of the problem. Could it be? I realize that my arms are trembling slightly. It is not a conscious movement. I cannot make it stop. Is it possible that perhaps 024 lost in a combat test and was destroyed? That's what I was thinking. In these circumstances, it would be expected for such a day to come. What if 024? What if she never came here again?
Oh, this is where you went. You weren't at the usual spot, so I was looking for you.
She actually showed up. Alright, they're definitely gonna kill each other or fight each other. Yeah. They're pulling this shit. Until I heard the voice from behind me, my sensors had stopped accepting input. No sound, no light, no nothing. All of them come back online with her voice. I turn around. 024 furrows her brow and looks into my face.
What's wrong? The look on your face seemed as if you saw something frightening.
My face? My expression? Frightening? Am I scared?
I do not comprehend. I cannot make that judgment.
Are you perhaps scared of fighting?
Nah, I don't think that's it. What is this? I can't tell.
Am I scared? Scared of what? That she will disappear? During an operation, it is possible that I might assign greater priority to other units' safety than my own, but we are not on an operation right now. And this emotion is not the same anyway. It is a different emotion. An emotion? I have emotions? I look to 024's face pleadingly, but I cannot put my question into words. I cannot express my feelings to her. And though 024 sees this, she says nothing. She only smiles tenderly. It is the same smile she showed once. It looks happy but also sad. During that night's outdoor activity time, neither 024 nor I spoke much. We just walked together side by side without saying anything. I do not take the opportunity to ask her about the intermittent sounds of the water. It is the next day. I detect some sort of weight in my chest. I am aware that there is no physical weight there. It is most likely a psychological phenomenon. I perform a voluntary search. The idiom of being heavy-hearted applies the best. I cannot help but find it amusing. It is a very apt phrase. But what is causing this heavy-heartedness? That I may not be able to see 024 someday? That may be it. But I do not think that is all. Over the next few days, I spend time without finding an answer to that question. Each night after the combat test, when it is time for outdoor activities, I seek out 024 first. And each time I confirm her presence, I feel an indescribable sense of relief and rush over to her. We exchanged standard greetings in the first few days, but that practice was eventually discarded. Now there are no special greetings between us. We can understand each other without words. Our eyes and expressions communicate enough. Tonight, I find 024 and rush to her as usual. There are no words, only an exchange of smiles. We begin walking together.
Do you remember me asking before if you were scared of fighting?
I nod.
To tell the truth, I'm scared of it too.
Her confession is surprising. It is counter to our nature as a weapon. Yet for some reason I am not surprised by it.
I'm afraid I'll lose and be destroyed, and it's painful for me to make others go through the same ordeal. We may be weapons, but shouldn't we be driven by more than seeking victory? I've been wondering that for a long time.
But that's against orders.
024 gives a half-hearted smile.
I'm sure things would probably be much simpler if I stopped thinking and just obeyed orders. Unfortunately, I finally found it. I found my answer.
Your answer?
There's someone I want to meet. I feel like meeting this person is my own objective and not an order given to me.
Person she wants to meet? Since we have never left this facility, we have absolutely no acquaintances with the outside people. There should be no relationship, but I immediately understand. This person she wants to meet is someone on the outside. Even I don't know why I thought so. But when I reflect upon that thought, the indescribable wavering within me becomes greater than ever.
Ever since I started thinking that I was scared to fight, each day was painful for me. If I'm going to feel this way until the day I lose, I even thought it would be better if I lost on purpose. But I won't think that anymore. I feel glad now that I exist. I mean, we're loved after all.
Loved?
Loved?
That's right.
I repeat that to myself. The word loved. I do not comprehend. But when I look at her gaze, her clear eyes seem to be beyond the sky. Her statement seems correct. I feel that this must be something vital. As I watch her try to express something without words, it is hard to believe she is the same unit type as me. It seems more that she is human.
Why are you telling me this?
It's probably because I didn't think anyone but you would understand.
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm not sure I really get it either.
I'm sure you'll understand one day.
Sheesh, why you gotta be so cryptic?
024 laughs at this. It is the purest smile I have catalogued. I know, without comparing it to anything, that it is a smile of pure joy. And tomorrow you're gonna kill her ass. You're gonna murder and annihilate her. Watch. This is where this is going. Calling it right now. I detect Snowy playing at my feet. After playing at 024's feet too, Snowy runs off about 3 meters and then turns around. Its tail moves vigorously back and forth. Soon afterwards, Snowy sits on the ground and looks up at 024. I watch 024 crouch and pat its head. I'm thinking back about the other things. Things besides fighting and defeating the nearest enemies. My own objective. Someone to meet. I still do not fully comprehend. But the way she is playing with Snowy tonight looks more fun than ever. Her smile seems very natural. If the answer she discovered is the origin of that smile, I would like to understand it someday too. I can feel that desire budding within me. Oh boy, here we go. There's a bookmark. Once again, I participate in a combat test. Once again, I claim victory without destroying my opponent. I target only her weapons and limbs. I erect not to deploy the tactic of targeting the weakness in their cranial regions. I believe that if they think the same things I do, they would not wish for their personality modules to cease functioning. Though even if I do not destroy them, the research staff will remove their plumes of dust. Either way, their functions will be suspended. My actions are difficult to justify, but I feel that suspension through destruction is not a suitable end for them. That is what I think when I rationalize it by applying the criteria to myself. I do not think anyone would want their consciousness to be terminated by those like them, but they do it anyways, which is messed up. Even if you don't destroy their heads, they get opened up by the scientist and put into you, I guess, right? I find myself more conscious of the damage I sustain and my efficiency in combat than ever. Depending on my results, I may eventually be ordered to destroy them. To prevent that from happening, I must continue fielding favorable results. It becomes easy to continue fighting with that objective in mind. That is becoming my new objective. I am theoretically being tested on destroying my opponents, but I have begun fighting so that they will not be destroyed. Paradoxically, this has caused my results to improve. Could this be considered going against orders? My strike shatters the servos in the opponent's pivot leg. She falls to the ground, unable to stay upright. Her weapon has already been destroyed. She should be incapable of resisting now. But the buzzer signaling the end of the test does not sound. As I wonder why, I hear a grating metallic noise from the opponent. She leaps onto me with her one good arm and leg.
What's the matter, number 031? Hurry up and terminate the target.
I do not know what to do. My opponent is acting contrary to her own safety. I grant that this is the only action left to her, but she will destroy herself before inflicting any damage to me. A tactic that puts one's life at risk like that. Putting one's life at risk? What am I saying? We are weapons. We exist to obey orders. We cannot prioritize our self-preservation without a change in those orders. That is why she has challenged me to a fight. She will do so until all of her circuits and servos burn out and she becomes incapable of action. As she grapples with me, I put my hands to her neck and squeeze. I adjust my grip strength limiters to 70% of maximum. The opponent's body makes an abnormal sound. After this, I sense the main lines of the bridge unit snap in half inside the soft structure. Her movement stops. Her limbs go flaccid, indicating the loss of consciousness. I can see my reflection in her optic inputs. They have lost their focus and look like black holes. I gasp. The face I see reflected in them is not expressionless. How should this expression be classified? I have seen it sometimes when I see 024 smile. His face indicates sadness. The buzzer signaling the test end finally rings. The researchers enter the chamber. I am used to this scene now.
Oh, that was pretty impressive. You think it's because of the size of her plume? Funny that one little part could make such a difference.
Indeed. Most of it is due to differences in their tactical mentalities. It may be on the cusp of what we would call an ego.
Considering how everything's been going so far, I'm starting to believe more in persona abilities.
one little part. It is true that Plume of Dusk installed in me is comparatively largest amongst the unit of my type. But does this part determine everything about us? 024's smile seems much more human than mine. I find myself opening my mouth to speak, but I realize the statement I am about to deliver is a protest I am quick to abort. Was I about to deny the staff's authority? They speak to me. My confusion seems to have gone unnoticed.
Well done, unit number 031. That was an impressive display of destruction.
You must respect my authority, as Cartman once said, by the way.
Plus, you cleanly severed its transmitter, leaving the Plume of Dusk unharmed. That's certainly ending things on a high note.
Ending things on a high note? An act of destruction is a high note? The researcher look at each other while holding the petri dish with the bluish-white plate-like object. One of them says this is the one.
All right, number 031. As of today, the test battles are finished.
Oh, nice. Okay, never mind.
Huh? It's over?
I cannot help questioning the unexpected statement.
All the results indicate that you have the very highest performance out of all the units of your model.
I'd say we can go ahead and earmark unit number 031 to be the base for developing the 5th generation.
Ah, she's the basis for Aegis.
The base?
It means that you're the winner.
What do I win? The combat tests are over. Will I no longer be required to fight? A strangely intense sensation of relief fills me. It is not because I won and earned some kind of reward. If the tests have ended, those of my unit type are not yet destroyed can escape this fate. Interesting. It seems that I was reluctant to destroy them after all. My priorities have become inverted. Yet I am so happy that I smile. The researchers notice this expression as well and smile back.
Okay, we're going to begin the usual review of the feedback. So come over here.
When the download begins, the memories and thoughts of my recent opponents flow into me along with vivid images. Sifting through the battle data has become a routine I have repeated so often that I am barely conscious of it now. I peruse the non-combat memories she preserved. It is the landscape of the outdoor area again. At first, I could only vaguely recognize it, but now I can pinpoint exactly where this memory is from. It is near the biggest tree, the memory of its flowers. There are images of a small shoot, a budding plant, and a blossoming flower. She must have had an interest in the concept of growth. For we machines, the growth of an individual is an unknown concept. But one of us took an interest, where I had only seen it as a part of a landscape. It seems that she too had her own thoughts unrelated to our orders and battle performance. She simply did not show it. I recall what 024 said, my own objective and not an order given to me. The twinge in my chest returns. Jesus Christ, not heart. I'll make sure to hold tight to your memories. This was the thought that formed in my mind. Once again, it's time to spend some time outdoors. I quickly meet with 024. It seems she was looking for me as well.
Hey, can I talk to you for a while? The lab boys told me today that they were putting the kibosh on the test battles.
I see. It's over then.
Look, I've been thinking, if they end up tossing us out soon because of that...
I doubt they're gonna do that. I feel like they're gonna use the other robots for something else.
I want to go with you to go see that person you were talking about. The one you wanted to meet. I might even put in a formal request about it to the lab boys.
024 takes my right hand. Before I can determine her intent, she pulls a cable from her wrist and connects it to a port in my own. Wait, what? She looks at my face in silence, thinking about what she wants to confirm. That the tests are in fact over, I nod. But the data that transfers is from her to me. The packets that flow through the cable form a single very small archive file.
If you are still safe when everything is over, open this file.
That's very cryptic. What does that mean? I guess they told her a different thing? 024 removes the cable but keeps hold of my hand.
What do you mean, when everything is over? How come I can't look at it now?
If I had to answer, I would say because it wouldn't be fair.
Fair?
She smiles and does not answer. It is that same unsure expression. It is a smile, but there is sadness in it.
It would be wonderful if I could go with you to see her.
Her.
Her. So this person you're looking forward to meeting is a girl?
024 nods slowly.
But it's strange. Even though my wish may not come true, I still feel satisfied for some reason.
The researchers are probably using her for something else then.
How bizarre. It's a fervent wish of mine, too.
She looks towards the sky and smiles faintly. This time it contains more than sadness. There are too many emotions for me to parse all reflected in that one expression.
I believe in you. I can tell you this because I trust you. Maybe that's why I feel so at peace.
Huh?
Maybe. This is what it is to feel alive.
I'm pretty damn sure that's one of the phrases I get said in the main game. Alive. It has happened again. I do not comprehend the meaning of the word, yet I feel a twinge inside. I look at the sky in an attempt to follow her gaze. There's nothing there to hint at her meaning, but I still wanted to get closer to her. She vanishes from me, or she wishes for me to understand. I want to grant her wish. From then on, we spend our time looking up at the sky in silence. Some shit is definitely gonna go down tomorrow. She's either gonna die in another test from the scientists, or they're gonna make them kill each other. This is throwing up all sorts of red flags. Oh, hold on. That is when I noticed that the moon has appeared from behind the laboratory buildings. I see. I thought the light emanating from the plumes of dust reminded me of something. I now know what it is. It is very similar to the light from the moon in the night sky. I'm ready. Yeah, she's back here. Alright, they're definitely gonna make them fight each other. The sun rises and the next day arrives. After coming out of standby, I'm ordered to enter the shock-resistant chamber once again. From what I am told, it is for a different purpose than the combat tests. Soon afterwards, the 3 researchers who supervise the feedback downloads appear.
Sounds like it's decided. We'll discontinue use of the name Unit Number 031. Generation 5 Labrys will be this unit's new name.
Labrys.
That's your name. The official one's much longer. Generation 5 Anti-Shadow...
5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon Labrys. How hard is that to remember?
Thanks, Adachi baby.
Labrys.
This designation by name, that is not a number. I never questioned being called 031 until now. Nothing about it seemed awkward. But I wonder why. I am happy now to have acquired a name. Even if my designation changes, it will not have a concrete effect on my abilities. But by discarding my number for a name, I feel as if I'm no longer one of a series with minute variations. I am a discrete individual. That may be why. I find myself smiling as a result.
From now on, the battles you fight will not be to test your performance. They'll be geared toward drawing out a persona. First, you will fight all the remaining units of your model type. Your objective is to destroy them, every last one.
And there you go. Why are you using this as a basis for getting her to summon her persona? Wouldn't it be a better idea to just have her fight shadows? You guys are experimenting on them anyways. I feel like it's just very fucked up to have her fight these sister units. I don't understand how that would have her draw her persona instead of just using shadows.
Huh?
I am perplexed at the disconnect between their tone of voice and the specifics of the order. Fight against all remaining units of my model type? Destroy every last one of them?
The fear impulse and self-preservation instinct seem to be the key to activating a persona. This is the most effective method of inducing extreme mental stress.
I guess that is what they want to do.
Stress? Come on, you don't have to go this far.
Huh? Well, that's a first. And none of them have ever protested like that. Well, at least that's a sign that its ego is developing.
You told me it was over. I thought I wouldn't have to do these things anymore.
You.
Ain't there some other way? If there is, please, let me do that instead.
Have her fight shadows.
I don't want to fight him anymore.
The three researchers look at me with apparent surprise on their faces. Did my protest get through to them? I hope so, but yeah, probably not.
That's a surprise. Such natural speech patterns. I hadn't thought its personality would develop this fast.
All the data's being recorded now. Let's compare them and look at which stages they improve at.
They smile while muttering to themselves. I am at a complete loss for words. They are not machines but humans, and on top of that, they are my creators. Surely they are able to understand what I am saying. Yet their current expressions are... Until now, I thought that they were understanding people who treated us close to humans, but I was wrong. I am only an object to them. No matter what I say, they will see it as only a response to stimulus. Behind their gentle attitudes, we are nothing more than test subjects. They hold no emotional attachment to. They do not focus on what I am saying. They are only interested in as a reaction. Is my mic peaking? The researchers ignore my stunned silence and hastily leave the chamber. Are they gonna make her... Are they forcing her to fight anyways? Their figures are hidden behind the hatch. Soon, with a terrible low-pitched sound, the hatch on the other side begins to open, right where the opponents come through. I will be forced to fight again today, and in the days to come, I must continue to destroy my opponents each time. I cannot find the words I want to say. I slowly turn my head towards the hatch, but what I see there truly leaves me at a loss for words.
No.
Oh my god. I fucking called it. The opponent emerging from the hatch is 024. There is no smile or sadness on her face. She is quietly standing there expressionless. 024 steps into the chamber while gazing at my face. The hatch slowly closes behind her.
No. Why?
Even I do not know who the question was addressed to. Why is she here? Because she was ordered. Do I have to fight her now? It is not quite sinking in yet, but in a sharp tone I have never heard before, she tells me what I must do.
Draw your weapon.
I can't.
If you don't fight, you'll lose. I will end up destroying you. Are you willing to accept that?
Why? Why are you saying this stuff?
Yeah, you don't got much of a choice. 024 ignores my question and reaches behind her back with her right hand. The multi-use weapon unit releases from her back and it becomes a great sword in her right hand. It is approximately 1.5 meters as long as she is tall. It is also alarmingly wide and fitted with propulsion devices. It is difficult to process seeing the weapon pointed at me.
If you fear being destroyed, if you have a heart capable of fear, then there's no need to hesitate. That alone gives you the right to attack me with all your strength.
But doesn't the same go for you?
I could not help but plead. 024 does not answer. But it appears that a very small smile forms on her lips.
You said there was someone you wanted to meet. I can't fight you knowing that.
I turn and appeal to the researchers watching us from the other side of the glass wall.
Come on! Stop this! I don't want to fight anymore!
I press against the transparent wall and continuously strike it with my fists. Though my safety limiters are disabled, it must be coated with something. I cannot even scratch it. The researchers stand on the other side, they're completely emotionless. It is as if they are machines themselves. I beg and plead, but they do not respond. If only there wasn't this clear glass wall between us. I am so frustrated. Why? I then hear 024 speak up weakly behind me.
Only one of us can exit this chamber.
Huh?
They never told you, since you were strong enough, that battles never lasted very long. But that's the rule of this place. The only time the door leading beyond that transparent wall opens is when one of us is considered unable to fight. From the start, this whole setup never took our feelings into account.
Yeah. I could have told you that from the beginning, to be honest. I can say nothing. I can see from her words what atrocious battles were forced upon her.
But talking like this is a waste of time. I can see I won't spur you into fighting with just words alone.
And there she goes. As soon as she finishes, 024 leaps into the air, swinging her sword at me. I quickly jump back and barely dodge the attack. Her sword clashes the space where I have been at speeds that I could have killed me. The tip grazes the chamber floor. Red sparks fly. She is serious. It finally sinks in. I jump away to put distance between us.
I don't intend to meekly accept my destruction. I have my own goal, after all. Now, fight me.
Damn, this is awful. I have no choice but to fight. But a thought crosses my mind. In terms of basic combat strength, mine is probably higher. Using my usual tactics, I should be able to destroy her weapon and disable enough of her servos to prevent her from attacking. 024's ego is without a doubt more highly developed than mine. It must be of value to the researchers. If I can render her incapable of acting, I may be able to avoid the order to destroy her when she is down. I decided to bet on that possibility. No, they don't think of you as humans. They're gonna take her matrix anyways and put it into you, is what's gonna happen. I shift my priorities and fight back with all my strength. I cannot do this empty-handed. I remove my own multi-function weapon from my back and shape it into my battle axe. It pains me to do this, but this is the only way. I repel 024's persistent sword strikes and go for a counterattack. I aim for the great sword's clasp with my battle axe. After a number of hits, it shatters. My next target is the transmission system for her shoulder and knee joints. In terms of output and movement itself, I detect various differences between us. Amongst those of my unit type, I am awakened latest. Compared to 024, not only my personality module, but my limbs as well have been upgraded to the latest versions. It is only a matter of time. 024 loses virtually all offensive capabilities and falls to the floor. As I planned, 024 is mostly undamaged apart from her weapon and motor functions. I immediately turn towards the researchers behind their invisible wall and raise my voice. They're gonna make her kill her.
Isn't this enough? She had that ego thing way before me. Destroying her won't do anyone any good. Come on. Have a heart.
You already know they don't. But hearing this, the researchers only laughed. Their faces are as joyous as when they see results that surpass their expectations. Why? What in this situation could cause such joy? 024's body, collapsed on the floor, suddenly begins to convulse. It goes still for a few seconds, then, although it should not be able to move, it drags itself up.
Huh? What the?
Unpleasant metallic sounds are coming from all over her body. Oh, is this like an auto fight mode? It indicates that she has undergone unreasonable stress. Still, no expressions appear on 024's face. It is a cold, doll-like void that is similar in appearance to a newly activated unit. I know as soon as I look at her, she would never make a face like this on her own.
What did you do to her?
It'll be coming at you with everything it has now. You better not hold back either.
Did they delete her memories?
Number 024 had an excellent record against others of its model. Even you might have a hard time beating this one, Labrys.
I unconsciously find myself biting my lip. We are weapons. In other words, we are tools. Of course, there would be a means to issue orders remotely. I recall what the one researcher said. This is the most effective method for inducing extreme mental stress. In other words, the more strongly I desire 024's survival, the stronger my reaction will be when I'm forced to destroy her. That is why they laughed. I can sense the strength draining from my shoulders. There is nothing more I can attempt. All I can do is end her. Those sounds really are wild. Behind me, 024, or rather her animated shell, approaches me, its limbs shaking. I suppress all the thoughts unrelated to tactics and slowly turn around. My body goes cold. My arms move into that position as if controlled by someone else and ready my weapon. Oh boy. It was not a close fight. I hope she goes berserk on them and kills them all, to be honest. Not the other robots, the researchers. Once I decided to finish this, once I was resolved to stop her, 024, as she is now, stood no chance against me. I fall to my knees next to 024. Her limbs have been shattered. She will never rise again. My processors are overloaded with things I cannot understand. I feel as if all processing has slowed. 024's face is turned to the ceiling.
Hey, are you not gonna look at me anymore? You're not gonna smile again?
I did not expect her to respond, but 024's face moves slightly. I stare at her without knowing how to react. She turns her gaze to me and smiles.
I'm sorry to leave you alone.
Alright, it's time for you to go ham, Labrys. It's time for you to kill them all.
I leave the rest to you.
Those were the last words she spoke. I can't believe this. There is a smile on 024's dead face. She is smiling at the one who destroyed her and robbed her of her dream. All at once, everything hits me in a torrent of emotion and data. I've lost her. I did it. I took everything from her. My vision begins to fade. My thoughts go with it. I cannot determine whether the lights are actually dimming or if that's only my perception. It is too much to handle. I collapse to the ground helplessly like a crumbling statue. The next time I awaken, I am lying inside a cage. It seems that I was carried out of the test chamber. The download of 024's feedback data is about to begin. The researchers seem to have taken my sudden loss of consciousness seriously. I am confined in a cage instead of sitting in the usual maintenance chair. The researchers keep repeating the word interesting. So this is how they react when extreme mental stress is induced. I can hear their voices clearly. They seem to derive pleasure from the fact that I lost consciousness due to mental stress rather than physical damage. Cables are connected to my body, one after another. The data download begins. All of 024's information, combat data, various records, and memories she's experienced, all of it flows into me. Alright, you dicks better be prepared to die, big old bag of dicks. Alright, my eyes widen in surprise. Everything is so vibrant. It is so clear that it is indistinguishable from actually experiencing them. This is the first time I have received memories with such vivid images. All of the memories are linked to records of emotions she felt in relation to them. They are so strongly linked that my screening protocols cannot distinguish them from human thought. The outdoor area where we spent time, the big tree whose branches we examined, the sounds of the water we heard periodically, Snowy running around and playing. As I relive 024's experiences, I pick up on an unfamiliar voice. There is no associated image data, only the voice can be heard. It is a female voice. There is a female researcher at the facility. This voice belongs to a younger person, still in human developmental stages.
I know the world is a big place. And I know that there's a lot of people in it, but I won't be able to see it for myself, or meet many of them. I know that too. I'm too weak for that.
Did they experiment on a sick and dying child? Her speech is different from the researchers and those of my unit type. It is very similar to my own speech output. She's also from Boston.
Thinking about it has made me sad more than once. But I didn't want to do nothing and be left with regrets. That was when my mom and dad looked into some options. And we decided to go with this experiment.
What's the experiment? They turn her into a fucking robot?
If even a sick girl like me could make herself useful to others in this world, I thought I ought to go for it.
It's too bad they used you to do all this sick shit, though. Wow. Who could this be? Wow, Jesus Christ. I can't believe they experimented on a little girl. Jesus Christ. Corregio Group's granddad was fucked in the head. My God. Subgalactic Corgi. I know only that she is female. She is in a situation where her condition prevents her from moving freely. It seems that instead of lamenting the fact, she's decided to volunteer for an experiment of some kind. Where did 024 hear this voice? Did she know this person? I wish I could ask her, but this is no longer possible.
At first, I kept wondering how much I could really contribute. But after hearing more and more about the program, I started to wonder about the others more than myself.
Others? It is strange, but when I hear that, I feel 024's heart waver. Was she surprised? Can't believe that the Corregio Group experimented on children. Let's forget Schrager. Oh yeah, true! Holy shit, I forgot about that. My God. Perhaps even I feel something unexplainable. In this case, though, it feels different, though. Because for Strega, they had them, draw out their personas by giving them drugs and stuff. In this one, I can't even tell what they did. Did they turn her into the first anti-shadow suppression weapon? I don't understand. Because she has to have some relation to that shadow suppression weapons, since this is 024's memory.
And yeah, my big wish
and she's from
is
Boston.
to make myself useful to this world. But the ones born from me, is born the right word for it? Kind of embarrassing. My other wish is that the ones born from me are happy.
Yeah, so
I doubt I'll be able to talk to them in person.
This is too
or
bad,
stay
kid.
with them.
They're having them murder each other. So
But I still wish from the bottom of my heart that they all have happy lives.
the Corregio Group said, no, get out of here. No one's gonna be happy. We're gonna make them kill each other. We're gonna have them hang out with each other in the courtyard and like make memories together, and then we're gonna have them murder each other. That's what they're gonna do. And they weren't happy. They were not happy indeed. They were the total opposite. People's voices have unique characteristics. In the past, I would have expressed it as a variance in waveform, but each has what could be called its own texture and temperament to a temperature? That's a weird word for that. Temperament makes more sense. This voice sounds very warm and kind. Oh, I guess that's what she meant. I would like to listen to more of it. But the speech ends there. There are no more related memories of 024. I guess it's like, man, good thing I didn't have to do that. True. Because it looks like Labrys is the base model for her, now that they got her combat abilities up to snuff. While the cables disconnect, I decide to search the archives for results that match that voice. Sadly, there are no results, but during their search, I suddenly remember something. The archive given to me by 024 last night. I quickly open the folder and find a single text file inside.
If you are reading this, then I have most likely been destroyed. It may be that you already understand the concept of guilt, but you have done nothing wrong.
If you're still safe when everything is over. She must have meant if I defeated her in combat. 024 knew that this would happen to those who lost in the trial. What emotions was she feeling then? What was going through her mind as she prepared this file? I feel something wrench inside my chest.
I happened to access certain data during the feedback treatment and learned something.
I like how it's the same VA as Labrys, but still not doing the accent. Yeah, it is nice. A nice little twist. Because she is a different sister model of Labrys, and Labrys seems to be the only one that's from Boston. I wonder if that means that she got more of the personality juice from the original child or whatever.
Artificially creating a personality from scratch is very difficult, though they hope to achieve it in 2 generations. But those of our model were actually made from the template of a certain girl's personality. That includes you and I. She had left a recording for the units created using her personality. A message for those of us who did not yet exist.
Oh.
That's what I heard.
Wait, so the Kirijo group just had her record a bunch of shit? Not actually experiment on her?
She speaks in a strange way, like you. I thought, we really are connected to
Is this
her.
the only child that didn't get horribly experimented on like everyone else? She just got to record some memories or whatever? I think about the unknown voice. The experiment the voice spoke of was related to our development after all. The owner of that voice was speaking to us.
The one who gave birth to us loved us. When I understood that, I felt like my eyes were opened. Though my life was filled with suffering, my birth had meaning. I firmly believe that. I want to meet her. I need to tell her thank you for giving birth to us and for loving us.
I'm pretty sure she's probably dead.
This was not an order from the scientists.
Unless she's just in the hospital, unable to move.
It was an objective I made for myself.
Actually, they never said anything about her having a terminal disease, so never mind.
So if you can understand my feelings, I'd like you to do this in my stead. Give our mother my thanks.
How 024 must have wanted to meet this girl who she saw as our mother. She must have longed to thank the girl in person. That within me, her heart tells me so. During the time when she was ordered to destroy her sisters, this wish must have been her only hope. Yet it did not come true. I shattered it. The one she herself said was the only thing who understood her. She must have been devastated. But the letter ends in the way I least expected.
Though we knew each other for only a short time, I'm glad I met you. I feel the same right now as our mother did. I wish from the depths of my heart for you to be happy.
Depression in a memory. Thanks for that letter, homie. I am shocked. How can she feel that way towards someone who may one day destroy her? I realized then that the visual input from my optics is experiencing distortion for some unknown reason. Are you crying? An unfamiliar source of water trickles down my chest. Summon your persona and kill all the researchers right now. Do it.
Labrys, is she crying?
So she is. I can't believe we're actually seeing a machine being driven to tears.
But its mental graphs are clearly abnormal. What kind of information did it download?
Who knows? That's one thing the graphs can't tell us.
We should take care to limit our studies to just the battle data.
Why would you do that? You're trying to develop a human ego. You're literally doing the opposite. You're limiting her personality. I don't understand. You're trying to get her to develop an ego to summon a persona. Why are you limiting her? I don't understand. That's so fucking stupid. You want her to experience extreme emotions. That's how you summon the personas. That's so dumb.
It doesn't need any sentimental memories. You can delete those. Why make a weapon so emotional that it can cry?
You literally need emotion to summon your persona. Distress is an emotion. What are you doing? That's so stupid. They want her to be human enough, but they still want her for fights. But it's so dumb. They're making their jobs harder. It's so annoying. Kill them all. Kill them all, Labrys, please. Summon your persona. Delete them? Oh yeah, baby, here we go. Something roars within me. It drowns out the feeling for 024 and our mother that had filled my heart.
Delete! Like hell you're deleting my memories!
Under no circumstances will I allow what 024 left me to be deleted for their convenience. I will not forgive this selfishness. Yes, kill them all! We have been treated callously by researchers in this laboratory. They gave us hearts, yet they made us destroy those of my unit type as enemies. We killed our sisters at their command. If we refused, our desires were overridden and we became their puppets. The wishes of the girl who desired our happiness were not taken into consideration. Now, even the few memories that 024, my sisters, and I have accumulated are about to be erased like trash. Though their aim is to develop our ego, they find it inconvenient for us to have real hearts. These feelings within me may have been erased, perhaps too my heart itself, or may be erased. If that happens, will I resume killing my sisters without hesitation? What is least forgivable is that the proof that 024 had lived, her last wishes will be permanently lost. It's so dumb too. Why would you say all this shit in front of the goddamn AI? You're literally complicated your experiment. You're doing stuff in front of them that you shouldn't be doing or saying. My hands are squeezed into tight fists. They make a small grinding noise. The goal that 024 found for herself was left to me. I will carry it out as my own now. I will burn it into my heart as my goal. It is a duty I imposed on myself gladly. Nothing will make me surrender it. Shadow Labrys makes a lot of sense now. Yeah, what with her saying the whole make your friends kill each other and all that. It must be fought for. Or rather, it must be protected, even if it means fighting.
What the? Its emotions are spiking into the red. I've never seen anything like this.
Summon your shadow and kill them all.
Hey, what's that warning? No. Labrys is in battle mode?
What? That can't be. There aren't any enemies. We're the only ones here.
Yeah, kill them all. I am able to release all my limiters despite being inside the cage. The researchers monitoring me on their tablet PCs seem perplexed and alarmed by this. They should be. They are witnessing an override for the principle of non-aggression towards human. They are flustered and too panicked to speak clearly as they announce that an emergency protocol has occurred. One of them steps away from the cage I am in and reaches for a switch, like with a warning label around it. Suddenly, restraints appear to bind my limbs.
Are you saying those mental fluctuations were enough to override the OS's restrictions?
Hell yeah, baby! Kill them all, please.
That plume's playing pranks on us. Hey, hurry up and delete those memories.
Oh, you're just adding fuel to the fire, buddy. These memories in my heart are not unnecessary.
What do you think we are?
Something I have not felt until now, a sensation like heat spreads throughout my body. A trembling, burning wave rises within me. Soon afterwards, I realize that this is an emotion. There is a name to this feeling. It is anger. I reroute all my strength into my restrained limbs. The restraints are designed to withstand up to twice our calculated maximum output. Trying to escape is therefore logically doomed failure. Even so, I continue to muster my strength. It is not because I judge it as viable course of action. I am not merely executing an order. I don't know why I said executing like that. I am acting based on my emotions. It does not matter if the restraints can be destroyed or not. I wish to destroy them. Kill them all! The metal parts within both my limbs and the restraints begin to creak.
How's it doing that? There's no way those things are strong enough to break the restraints.
It's outputting over 220% of its theoretical strength limit, even though its joint actuators are operating at only 70% capacity.
Summon your persona and kill them all!
That's not possible. That doesn't even make any sense. What's driving this thing?
I'm not gonna let you take those memories. I made her up.
Kill them! The next moment, a rupturing sound like a small explosion shakes the entire room. The heavy metallic bands restraining my arms and legs shatter. I jump out of the cage and run towards the open door. I must escape from here. I have to get out and see the girl who loved us, though we are not yet created. Though we were not yet created, to fulfill 024's wish, which has now become mine. But when I enter the hallway connected to the outdoor area, I am met with barricades and heavy artillery. So rise up, my sisters! Kill them all! Jesus Christ. They brought out the blam blam.
I ain't even got any projectile weapons.
Take out your big battle axe. Kill them all. My sister units and I have never been equipped with firearms. I recall it being due to concerns over a unit's mentality, affecting the accuracy of its aim. Instead, we were given short-range weaponry, a chain arm, and other implements in my case, but they were not sufficient to deal with the range of firearms. However, I do have a countermeasure. By using the flexibility and adapting to situations of my developed mind, I dodge the complex projectile trajectories and destroy the opposition. I eventually reach the end of the hallway and exit to the outdoor area. We're on the vacation island from Persona 3, right? This is that big tree. Man, Mitsuru's dad really had to check up more on what his employees are doing. It's not her dad, it's her granddad. Remember, I think it's her granddad at least, the one experimenting on shadows to begin with. I have not seen this environment before. The trees are the same species as those that grow near the facility, but these experiments are much larger. Where am I? The question did not cross my mind until now. Where am I? Where are we? I cannot use the GPS that should be installed in me. It seems that the research facility blocks GPS signals outside of its walls. This is probably to prevent its location from being pinpointed. Is there anything in the environment that can help me determine my location? The blue sky that I am seeing for the first time is stunning but irrelevant. And I notice a periodic amount of liquid in the distance. Ah, that is the sound of the ocean. The answer came easily to my mind. One of my sisters must have taken an interest in it and learned what it was. My sisters are helping to keep me alive now. When I think of it that way, a burning feeling rises from deep within my chest. But none of what I see in my surroundings is helpful. Is there anything else by which I can determine my location? Any landmarks or signposts? Pretty sure Mitsuru's grandfather would have no need for shadow suppression weapons when he wants them alive so he can call Nyx and nuke the world. Well, he still has to, I assume, make his, shareholders happy, no? And I'm assuming that he needs suppression weapons to capture shadows as well, right? Like, he can't just send people in to die. The answer came true. Hell yeah. These trees obscuring my view, they are a unique species. That may be a hint. I reviewed the tree's characteristics once more and run another search on them. I attempted this once already, but there is much more data available to me now. Once again, results come easily. This variety of tree is no... Do I need to know the type of tree? Is this really necessary? Keep running. It is found in many habitats, but the cedars here are unique. The tree's shape and its age implies that it's so different that it is nearly a separate species. If that is because of differences in the environment, it may be useful to determining my location. Must know tree. That's when an unfamiliar voice reaches my ear. The heavy rumble of what it sounds like is a motor. It seems that they have dispatched a vehicle to pursue me. I expected this. The response was swift. It seems that they had measures in place that in the event that one of us escaped. Blow up the vehicle! When the vehicle stops behind me, fully armed personnel pour out of it. They move to surround me from both left and right. Labrys, just kill him. True and based. I want her to kill them. It is an obvious response. No matter how much power I may have, I am alone. The optimal solution would be to overwhelm them with numbers. Just swim? She is a robot. She has limited stamina, so that's true. I don't know if she's waterproof, though. I tried to shake them off by running faster. But soon afterwards, I reached the main gate of the laboratory, a high steel edifice. It is tightly sealed. A number of heavily armed guards are protecting it. Jump over that. You can jump over it. Come on. Have you seen the special moves that the characters in Persona 3 Reload pull off? You can jump over that. Come on. I stop. There's nowhere else to go.
Labrys, come back here. You're too useful a unit to destroy.
Oh, even better. Just keep running. They can't hurt you because you're too valuable. Hell yeah.
You need to get back here to be regulated. That's your role in all this.
Regulate yourself. I cannot be destroyed here, but I cannot be captured either. They will surely delete my memories. Oh yeah, that was Shinji's voice actor. True. They will take my wish and everything else that was given to me. What purpose even is there in avoiding destruction if it is all that awaits me? The only options available, whether my wish dies with me or whether it is stolen away.
I ain't gonna let you destroy me. And not Just because I don't want to be destroyed.
Summon your persona. Hell yeah! The moment I focus my concentration to remove the limiters on the onboard weaponry, I sense an unknown strength rise within me. Directly afterwards, something that cannot be qualified fills my body and the surrounding area.
Huh? What the?
Kill the door, Persona! The pursuit vehicle suddenly stops. The research staff gets off one after another shot.
This reading, is it on the verge of a persona reaction?
Persona!
Shit, it's awakened? Ah, damn it, why now?
Cause you wanna kill it?
Well, at least this proves that mental stress is the key to activating a persona.
Who cares about that right now? It's not fully awakened yet, but with it still unstable, we don't know what it's capable of.
Kill them all! I'm intrigued by their statements.
Persona?
Persona. Or persona in Bostonian accent. I knew that we had the means, but I was not aware of controlling anything. I do not know if it could be called a power, nor do I know how to use it. But I can tell that the others are afraid. I seize the opportunity to run towards the main gate. There's a slight possibility that I can reach the door without attracting any gunfire, and vault over the door with my legs and chain arm. The moment I reach the gate, I launch my chair and chain arm towards the upper threshold of the door. But the moment the arm grabs the ledge, something emerges. A much greater power touches the door as well. Hells yeah! Suddenly, the door crumples like paper and a large hole forms on the upper half. Get in there, Persona!
Now it's done it!
She summons her persona and it's a giant hot dog with a baseball bat. That's true Bostonian persona right there. I want my hot dogs.
We need to hurry. If it's that strong
I'm from
already,
Boston.
we won't be able to stop it once its persona completely awakens.
That's persona.
What are you standing around talking for? Just run. But I quickly regain my senses. I burst out of the facility and single-mindedly jump outside. My feet touch the ground of the world for the first time. They will most likely not let me escape. Fortunately, the door is badly damaged. It should take time until it can be open enough for vehicles to pass through. Yippee! I need to gain as much distance and time as possible, and then... It is then that I realize that I do not have a destination in mind. Go to Hawaii! Who is the girl 024 wanted to see? Where can I go meet her? The only clue I have is the idiosyncrasies of the girl's speech. I have learned that distinct speech patterns are often associated with specific regions. Boston? She's going to Boston! I should begin by traveling to where the style of speech is common. It is reckless, but I feel confident. At the very least, I can get closer to the girl that I am now. Although my situation is dire and I am under pursuit, internally I am cheerful. There is a bounce in my step. For some reason, I cannot remain calm. Oh my god, how long is this? It's almost 2 hours. She's probably going to end up being captured. Actually, that's exactly what's going to happen because the Kirijo group has her. That's how she escapes in the first place, right? Just then, 5 meters ahead, something white and fluffy comes across the path. Is it Snowy? It's Snowy, yay! It notices me and approaches. I am worried about my pursuers, but I cannot dismiss 024's beloved Snowy. I lower my speed and run with it. No, just take it with you. If the dub was Japanese, this is doable, but since it's English, you gotta go to America. True! I then noticed that the scenery we are passing has calmed. My surroundings are very different now. The blue sky that was previously obstructed by trees is now clearly visible. The green grass, Jesus Christ, is shining vibrantly in the light of the sun. And there is a deeper blue than the sky ahead. Many lines of white run across it.
Is that the ocean?
Swim! Swim for your life, Labrys! Swim to Boston! Snowy barks as if in answer. I feel like it's saying that's right. I could not previously comprehend Snowy. I do not have any interest in trying. But now I can grasp what Snowy is saying as if I could speak its own language. I know that it feels happy to be able to run with me. I love green glass on this beach. Shut up. Get out of here. I feel as if 024 is inside me. Oh, ayo. What's going on here? I didn't know such a feature was designed in these things. Wow. Kinky shadow suppression weapons. Sorry. I know this is meant to be serious. Though we were forced to part, she certainly left me many things. Not only her wish, but other things as well.
Well, I'll find her come hella high water. Are you with me, Snowy?
She can translate dog like I guess, yeah. Snowy barks energetically. I respond with thanks and smile. 024 and Snowy are encouraging me. Though I do not have any clues, I will find her, no matter what happens or how long it takes. I search my current location once more. Now that I am further from the research facility, I can use my GPS to triangulate my position. But on seeing the results, I cannot help but stop running. Are you surrounded by ocean? Snowy stops a little further ahead and then returns to me. My current location is Yakushima. Yep. She's on an island. She's on the vacation island where we did the whole pick up women thing. Within the Kagoshima prefecture, it is a remote island far from shore. Swim, you're a robot, that's fine.
No.
The island's perimeter is only 132 kilometers. In such a limited area, it will be a small matter of time before a full-scale manhunt apprehends me. The research facility must have been built on an island in anticipation of such situations. That's kind of smart. But they weren't smart enough to rent their own goddamn plane to transport their experiments with, though. They had to use a passenger airliner for that. Stupid assholes. Even if someone were to escape the facility, the island's geography would contain them. Not if they were a robot. Or I guess maybe the robots are too heavy to swim in the first place, so... It is essentially a natural prison. I do not want to believe it. But my hope was meticulously strangled before I was born. However, I cannot wait here to be captured. Just kill as many of them as you can before you go down. At this point, I began running away. Though as expected from my position data and map, I immediately reached the ocean.
So, this is the ocean.
And this is the pick up bitches beach over here. That's where Igus was standing.
It's so huge. I can't see anything out there at all.
I look at the glistening surface of the oceans, reflect the sun's light, and ponder its beauty. I'm at a loss. Try to fix that boat. Row like your life depends on it. Though I knew it would come to this, I could not stand idle. Despite this, my feelings sink. Snowy looks up at me from time to time as I stop running and begin walking. Its gesture of concern forces me to smile and tell it that I'm alright. The forest becomes a grove, the trees grow sparser. A blue ocean and sandy soil leading up to it spread before my eyes. I check my map again. This is not an uninhabited island. There is a means for people to come and go, but I doubt that I will be able to use those methods freely without arousing suspicion. Just say you're cosplaying as a robot. For Comic-Con. Or an anime convention. I gaze down at my own hand. It is completely unlike a human hand. It is an object sculpted from metal.
Well, that's a problem.
Say your arms are prosthetics to help you, because you're an army vet or something. My question seems to dishearten Snowy.
Come on, don't give me that look. Ah, well. Maybe it's my fault for getting so frustrated. Sorry, Pooch.
Just as I am about to crouch and pat Snowy's head, Snowy moves as if avoiding me.
Snowy?
Snowy circles around behind me and growls towards the way we just came. Oh, here comes the assholes. I train my sensors in that direction and sense presences in the distance. They may be keeping their distance on purpose. Since I have no firearms, they must understand that their effective range exceeds mine.
Looks like they're coming.
Amongst the human soldiers are a number of sister units. It is possible that I can convince them not to fight me? Oh, they're controlling them. I dismiss the idea as hopeless. Although they may have awakened to their ego, after my escape they will be under their commander's control. Even if that is not the case, they may think that their orders are absolute, just as I once did.
Knowing why they're here doesn't make it any easier to deal with them.
It does not seem as if they will attack at once. They must understand that I am already at the ocean and have nowhere to escape. I do not want to surrender, but I am frustrated by my powerlessness to be caught like this. I have my own mission to accomplish. The ocean sparkles. The periodic sound of water I once heard from the afar echoes from it. As I gaze at the clear water while it ebbs and flows, a mysterious feeling rises within me. Summon a bird! Summon a bird persona and fly on it.
Wow. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Summon a boat persona. Summon the boat from Persona 5 guy. And then ride him. My opponent shows no indication of moving. I step out onto the sand. After cataloging that sensation, I approach the pier stretching to the ocean. She's doing the same thing I just did. When I step onto it, the wooden planks creak. I can hear Snowy's light tread behind me as well. I stand at the end of the pier and look out at the ocean. I wonder if she is beyond this ocean that seems to stretch forever. The girl 0224 wanted to meet. That girl that I wished to meet as well. This mother figure who loved us and wished for our happiness. While my thoughts turn to the girl whose face I do not know, I decide to preserve the ocean's beauty in my memory. After all, it may be the last time I will be able to see the ocean as myself. The odds are high when I am estranged and returned to the facility that my memories will be wiped. Actually, wouldn't they be better off not deleting her memories? Because she summoned her persona because of those memories, right? Like, the emotional stress is because of the memories she has. Why would you delete those memories? That's counterintuitive. I am scared. I am frustrated. I do not want to be erased, but I do not think all my hopes are lost yet. This may be the end of me. But just as I inherited the memories of 024 and other units, my memories will surely endure into the next generation. So I will keep these feelings along with this beautiful ocean scene, deep within the origin of my heart. There it cannot be erased or tampered with. Oh. Is that why Aigis was staring out into the ocean? Tendencies from previous memories from her sister unit, Labrys? That's interesting to think about. The blue sky and ocean, the shining sun and glittering water, and the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. The scenery from this pier is so stunning that it's unimaginable from inside the search facility. I'm glad that the last place I get to see is so beautiful. With the ocean before me, I speak to any future sisters that I have yet to meet. It might be called a type of prayer.
To all the ones I'll never meet, but will receive my memories.
My emotions race ahead of my thoughts. I cannot find the right words to say.
There's so much I want to say to you that I don't know where to start.
I close my eyes again and calm my heart. To my descendants, whom I'm probably never gonna meet, if you ever find someone precious to you, as I did with 024 and wish to meet them, may you meet them here. Oh, it's literally it's literally Aigis with the protagonist. May you go beyond this pier to places I could not.
I just pray from the bottom of my heart that everyone can find happiness. As long as that happens, I don't mind if I...
Even though my wish may not come true, I'm still satisfied if I can entrust it to someone else I believe in. 024 said something along those lines.
This be it?
Snowy rubs against my leg. It is warning me to be cautious of my pursuers, who have arrived and are coming closer. Or does it only want me to pet it? I look closely and realize that it is the latter. It must be worried. I crouch down and scratch Snowy's head.
Hey, Snowy. You think this is what it means to feel alive?
Snowy looks at me while wagging its tail. I pick up Snowy and gently hug it. Now, what if they shoot the dog? That's like an extra fuck you. I would expect Aegis, or not Aegis, Labrys to kill everybody on the island at that point. Snowy slowly shows no signs of resistance and allows me to do so. My pursuers are closing in now, but I will not run anymore. It is true that I am still frustrated, but it is strange that I am also satisfied. Snowy licks my cheek.
Thanks. I'll be okay now. Things are about to get hairy, so you should hurry and get out of here.
Labrys turns into John Wick. Yep. Labrys takes a pencil out of her pocket. You know what I can do with this pencil? I let Snowy go, but it does not leave me.
Oh, come on. If you don't go, it'll make things hard on me. Okay?
So she still has to have her memories in the modern day, because that's literally the only thing that would make her want to run away, right? In the first place? Because she ran away on her own. Snowy looks at my face for a while. Eventually it droops its head and walks off. Snowy looks back several times, but soon disappears into the tall grass. My relief is cut short by 5 armed humans pointing their guns at me. I have no intention of resisting. I smile at them. Though it was only for a short while, I lived. I feel the happiness of passing down my wish. It was only for a brief moment in time, but I may have granted the wish of the girl who is our mother. I allow myself to be restrained without resistance. They take me back into the laboratory. I was so absorbed in my escape attempt that I did not notice the severe damage I inflicted upon the facility. Really? Didn't you mention that you crumbled the goddamn doors like tissue paper? Well, she ran away on her own is debatable, because I think Mitsuru said that someone stole Labrys and threw her in there. At least that's what Akihiko said. That's what they think, yeah. But she ran away on her own, because I think during Aegis' story, she said something about someone using an ability to control 3 passengers to make it seem like it was like a hijacking, but it wasn't. They were being controlled by an ability, and I'm assuming that's her persona abilities. It seems that the delicate machinery used to tamper with my memories is in no condition to be used. Oh.
Damn it! Look at this mess!
Hell yeah.
Going after humans? Oh, I bet the girl they used as a template for this model was a snotty brat too.
Bro, shut the fuck up. Literally one model out of like 34 attacked you guys for being extremely shitty to it. Literally the other 33 models didn't attack you guys. Literally no basis for that. I really want her to kill these researchers. Does Labrys have that power? I don't know, but I'm assuming it's probably her. Unless someone else got magical persona abilities too and wanted to escape from the plane.
Even if we delete its memories, it'll be too dangerous to keep using this unit.
There are so many things about it I want to research, though.
It's not worth the risks. The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon will be sealed indefinitely once it's fully restrained again.
The voice is the last thing I hear before my consciousness is cut off. No balls. No balls, guys. No balls. Should have just used her. Should have just given her another chance to escape. No balls.
Huh?
My consciousness should have been shot down, but I have awakened.
This place. It's that ocean.
I am on that pier. The blue sky and ocean, the shining sun and glittering water, and the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. Even Snowy is next to me. The scene is identical to the one from before, though this time I sense no pursuers. I was captured. I remember that clearly. This is obviously an abnormal situation, at odds with my memories. The clear blue sky and oceans are still so beautiful that I cannot help but gaze at them. If I could go beyond it. Just as the thought crosses my mind, my viewpoint ascends. Soon afterwards, I realize that I am floating as if my body is weightless. We don't know if any other members of the human persona experiments at Kirijo group are still around. It can't possibly be Strega that survived. Yeah. And didn't they say something about being the only survivors or something? Like during P3 story? I am astonished at myself to be thinking such strange things, but then my field of vision drifts and I turn my attention to that. The scenery I knew already begins to mix with other environments I do not know. They become a connected, continuous image and pass like a slideshow. From time to time, I pass through the drifting images, but I cannot grasp anything within those spaces. Even when they are about to collide with me, they pass right through. Could this be dreaming? I remember something I once heard from a researcher at the facility. They said that it is possible for us to dream since we have a mind and may develop an ego. Though it would technically not be identical to a human dream, the phenomenon would be very similar. I feel that the example the researchers gave of what a dream is like matches my current experience. If I am having a dream, then things that are not possible in reality may be possible here. For example, if I can leave this island, if I can go beyond the ocean, a girl that 024 and I wanted to meet again, or wanted to meet, said that even though she knows the world is so big, she would not be able to see it for herself. What could she have meant? Was she in a place that limited her world, as I wasn't able to leave the island? Just when it seems that the images flowing around me have stopped, I find myself in an unknown room. There's a bed here. Next to it is a flat screen monitor. There's also a white shelves surrounding the bed. To one side is a stand for an intravenous drip. There's a machine connected to it by cords. Though it is small, it appears to function as a life sign monitors. This is similar to the research facility. Could it be a hospital? I'm sorry, a hospital is similar to the research facility? Okay. Didn't realize they had IV drips for robots. The voices that sound from somewhere belong to a man and a woman. I have not heard these voices before.
She said during this morning's checkup that she wanted to go to school. She asked how much better she needs to get to be able to go.
Understandable. This ward is right near the road most of the students take. She must be lonely too, not having seen her parents lately.
Okay, so she's literally experiencing memories from this girl. So they literally turned this girl into a robot. It literally has to be. Right? Because she's experiencing memories she or 024 don't have.
How much better she needs to get. She still doesn't know that her condition is incurable.
Why don't you be honest with her and tell her she won't ever be able to go? It's cruel to string her along like this.
Shh, keep your voice down. Room's next door.
I understand at once that these people are speaking of the girl I wish to meet. She's literally experiencing this girl's memories. It has to be her. So my guess is they took her like a brain. They took her fucking brain and put it in a robot. Or at least like the personality construct of the brain before she died or something, right? The scene feels as if it's coming from my own memory. I do not doubt it at all. The girl is stuttering from some kind of illness. She may not be able to go outside. Her condition prevents her from leaving her small world. Her life is like ours. Could the girl have heard this conversation? How did it make her feel to hear it? I want to spend more time in the outside world. I want to live a normal life. The thoughts that come to my mind are not my own.
I wonder if the nurses thought things like the student council were too much trouble to bother with when they were in school.
Okay, that's definitely what happened.
I don't know. It sounds fun to me.
Just as I thought, it's the girl's voice. When I listen to her, I can sense her strong yearning and admiration.
You gotta admire the student council president. I mean, they're the ones that get things done for everyone. But I guess it's because they're like that in the first place that they get to be president, huh?
The girl had a strong desire to attend school and live a normal school life with her friends. As I review these voices and feelings, an interest in the school she longs for grows within me.
High school. I wonder what that's like.
Especially in Boston.
Would it be fun?
I wish to see for myself what she desires. Is there a specific image of it? What kind of place is it? What activities do its attendants perform while there? But there are no memories in regards to schools. This must mean that the girl has no such memories.
Figures. I don't know anything about schools or whatever else student life is like.
Imagine cursing an entire lineage of robot weapons because you thought getting a girl from Boston as a base was a good idea. It's not that bad, all right? It's more so that they put like a 8-year-old inside the machines instead of a goddamn adult that was dying. I feel like that would have been better, right? But whatever.
I can show you if you so desire.
Oh? A voice answers my unspoken thought. Who could it be? I do not know this voice. For some reason, my mind becomes hazy and I cannot access my memories easily.
Huh? Who's there?
There's no need to be alarmed. I only want to give you a glimpse of the world you long to know.
Is this her shadow in disguise? I was under the impression that this was a dream. Dreams are supposedly a release valve for memories, yet this voice does not feel like a part of me. Is that even possible? As I ponder these things, the scenery around me changes completely. I first see a 3-story concrete building.
What?
I do not know this building. As I examine it, my surroundings change again. The same desks and chairs are lined up. In front of me is a dark green rectangular board on the wall.
Is this a school? A real classroom?
This is the place the girl wished to see. It is here that I have gained an interest in. I find myself forgetting that this is a dream and focus my senses to the desks and chairs. I then realize that I can move around at will, just as when I felt my body rise at the beach.
So this is where classes happen.
I feel a sudden excitement.
What do the students do when there aren't any classes? Do they just talk and stuff?
The mysterious voice doesn't answer. Instead, I am surrounded by other words. It's no wonder her fake self became a student council president. Yeah, she yearned to go to school. What a normie. Many voices are talking at once. It reminds me of the sound of waves near the ocean. People talking does not sound like the ocean, alright, lady? Calm down. But the sound is lively and enjoyable. Yeah, that's the polar opposite of the ocean. The voices belong to boys and girls surrounding a desk. They are laughing and talking. The robots yearn for school. Yeah, that's why Aigis was so intrigued, I guess. Because I'm assuming she's made from the same personality construct, right? The same little girl, same basis, you know? They wear common clothing, though there are some differences. These may be uniforms. It's interesting to see that each person's uniform is distinct in some way. Oh, it's my boy Broske! That student is the only one with something around his neck. That girl with the short hair is in a green jacket, raises her right hand. Next to her is a girl with long black hair wearing a red jacket. She smiles. Then there's a well-built young man with a strange spiky hair. In contrast to him, I can say, dude, we already did character introductions. We don't need to do this. Lastly, I see a young man with a calm demeanor sitting at the desk. The Chad, the god of all Chads. Chad Narukami, baby. The front of his uniform is open. His white shirt is showing. They seem to be talking about something. I cannot quite discern what it is. The scene proceeds to show various points in a normal school day. Class activities, clubs, student council. It looks like so much fun that I can feel the excitement. But then I remember, this is all just a dream. I am only dreaming. No matter how much I want it, there will never be a day where I can attend school for myself. All scenes that I saw centered around the young man and his friends. I will never join their circle. I cannot go to school. I am not even human. I consider this self-evident truth once again. I mean, you're a cute robot waifu. Nobody cares. You can come and everybody will be like, hell yeah, girl. Though I look human, I am a machine made by humans. It does not matter how close my heart is to that of a human or how much my ego develops. This mechanical body can never truly be human. Just as our mother could not overcome the obstacle of her illness, no matter how she wished for it, I cannot overcome the obstacle of being a machine. It is futile for someone who cannot become human to yearn for a normal human life. There's a strange sensation somewhere in my chest and feels like pain. Still, although I am a machine created as a weapon, the girl loves me. What if there are other people like her who underestimate me, or who could understand me? Jesus Christ. Would I be able to find a place to belong among them? But... ah, yes, school and fun.
Find a place where you belong.
You know, now that I'm out of school, I honestly kind of miss it. A little bit. A little tiny bit. You know? Because everything just kind of feels boring now. Now looking back on it, like, you know, human interaction with my friends, actually pretty good, you know? But all that schoolwork and shit, nah, bro. That sucks. We had to get Labrys to read Pinocchio. True.
Humans created you as a tool. They would never think of you as anything more.
Tell that to Aegis.
Everyone, to a man, lives by averting their eyes from something inside them.
I really hope this ends up being Labrys' shadow and not just another, oh, it's another entity that's gonna come back in 1,000 years when humans yearn to disappear or some shit. I don't want another Persona 4 dancing villain to happen. Please.
They all wish to live inside a never-ending dream. For who has the right to say they shouldn't?
For just a moment, I sense an incongruity in their kind voice. The strange pain within my body softens a little.
There are even humans who do not understand others' feelings. Still others do understand, and trample upon them regardless. Compared to them, you are much more human.
I remember the researchers. They certainly did not understand me, 024, or my sisters. We were treated only as objects. Even after they tried to give us a heart.
Why not then seek to be human?
Me? Be a human?
The voice whines gently inside my mind. I feel my body is growing uneasily light as if the world is spinning around me.
People sort through their memories in dreams. Each night they let go of painful memories and continue their lives with the morning sun. That's all you need do. Forget anything contrary to your desires.
If I forget...
Do not fear the act of letting go. The ones you admire wished only for you to be happy.
My mind seizes upon something. That precious wish. The desire given to me to meet our mother someday and tell her thank you. I must not forget that. It's too bad she's probably dead already. But as long as I wish... As long as this wish is precious to me, as long as I cannot erase it from my heart, the fact that I am not human will remain.
And I too. All I wish from the depths of my heart is for you to find joy.
I don't know about that. Press X to doubt.
Happiness.
I think back.
I wish from the depths of my heart for you to be happy.
Or wait, is this 24's shadow maybe? But then, would shadows even be able to be alive without their host? I remember the girl who wished for our happiness. I want to grant that wish. I want to tell her thank you, but that will be difficult for me now. In which case, should I not at least seize this opportunity and be happy here for her sake?
Forget. And be happy.
No, do not forget. And be happy. My vision goes dark. The sounds I hear fade away. I feel as if I'm falling.
Everything is now in readiness.
Okay, Mr. Evil Voice. That's either her shadow or 24's shadow. Or another bullshit deity that comes out of nowhere to be the big bad of Persona game. I really don't want it to be another one of those. Was that it? There's more? Bro, this isn't even this is like a novel. I've not fought once. There's no gameplay. This is just, I guess, her backstory, which fair enough, but goddamn, it's so fucking long. All right, when I open my eyes, I'm starting at a wood grain board and oh fucking yeah. I love novels too, but bro, I just finished recording Danganronpa 2 and my god, I need a break from visual novels. My voice is dying. It's the surface of a desk. I quickly raise my head. It looks like I fell asleep in class. My sleeve was pressed against my forehead while I was asleep and the texture left a mark. Oh man, I hope nobody sees this. I rub my forehead a little and look around the classroom. According to the clock on the wall, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. The only thing written on the blackboard is 5/1/2012, Tuesday. Everything else is erased. I stretch out my arms. I feel a little tired, but I gotta stay focused. After all, I just got elected student council president in the elections a couple days ago. I have to keep in touch with what the people who voted for me want in a leader. Things with the student council will get pretty hectic after school. I should hurry to the student council room. To be fair, if they did fights, it would literally be Labrys versus reskins of herself for 20 fights. That's true. That's very true. I much preferred the animated cutscene they showed. I stand up and open the door in the back of the class. When I entered the hallway, there's no one else around. I checked inside the classroom as I go, but I still don't see anybody.
Where the heck is everyone?
I'm assuming this is the shadow world already. Yeah. Oh, yep. There goes the high budget, big production school hallway that's not part of, what's it called? Yaso High. I should hear people talking and laughing in the classrooms and teachers yelling at them to quiet down. Where's all the bustle of the students and everyone getting ready for their after-school activities? Just when I'm wondering that, I turn around and look down the hallway I came.
Oh, there they are.
There's some student in the hallway. Some of them are chatting and others are coming out of the classrooms. Is it you? A few of them run past me carrying their bags. Yeah, this is more like it. This is how school's supposed to be.
Hey, no running in the hallway.
The student gives me an apologetic smile, but he just waves to me as he zooms down the stairs.
Jeez, you'll put your eye out if you don't look where you're going.
I'm from Boston.
Oh well, I just gotta clamp down on him more from now on.
I put my hand on my hips and sigh.
Hey there, Miss President.
Are you off to the student council room? Have fun.
You're always so excited about that.
But yeah, if it was a proper story with fights, it would be Labrys versus herself for 20 fights, which means she'd have to make a new sprites and shit. I wish they at least let me fight 024. I feel like that would make it more meaningful, and it would break up the monotony of literally an hour and a half of a visual novel, but...
Bye, Miss President. See you next Monday.
Everyone walking down the hallway talks to me. I wave back to them. I always had a lot of friends and people who knew me, but ever since I got elected student council president, all the students seem to know who I am. The job comes with a lot of pressure, but I know I'm up for it. I'm gonna be busier than ever around school now. I did have my doubts, but in the end, I'm glad I ran for student council president.
Yeah, I did the right thing.
Yeah, I feel like they could have done a fight with 024. And then after you beat her, immediately the cutscene triggers with, you know, with her giving the little speech she gave to Labrys. This game also uses pixel sprites, and that's time and money. You know how it be. Yeah. Time flies by as I go over my agenda. Before I know it, there's a red light pouring in from the west window. It's already sundown.
Whew. Guess that's enough for today.
How much is fucking left? There's no one else besides me left in the student council room. I had the others go home before it got too late. But when I said that, if they pushed themselves too hard at the start, they'd burn out quick. They just laughed and said, "The same goes for you." I leave the student council room and lock it up. As I go down the hall to return the key, I see a strange woman at the end of the far hallway. She's not wearing our school's uniform. She's got on an odd hat, some gloves, and one-piece dress. Is it Elizabeth? They're all the same deep blue color. Underneath one arm is holding an old book. Yep, Elizabeth. I can't see her face with her back towards me, but her short, straight hair draws my attention. Her hair is the radiant silver, like if pearls were stretched out on the stands.
Who in the world is that?
Maybe it's the colors, but she gives off a strong presence. I get a little uneasy by looking at her. I'm not tiptoeing or anything, but she doesn't turn around until I'm 2 meters away. When she finally goes through, I gasp a little. When she finally does, though, I gasp a little. Her features are so perfect that she's like a sculpture.
Hey, excuse me. You got some reason to be at our school?
Are you sure this is how things should be?
Huh?
I don't understand what she's getting at. But for some reason, the question throws me.
I am a wanderer who only stopped here because I sensed great power gathering.
I'm looking for my husbando. I want to bang again.
I am in no position to give advice, but, this place will soon be caught in a bit of a fracas. If you continue to avert your eyes from everything, I think it will have an impact on your life in the near future.
My life?
What she just said sounded pretty scary. She may have some loose screws loose. Trust me, that's pretty true, but I feel like in this case she's making sense. Something is whispering to me deep in my heart, asking me, doesn't she have a point? Aren't you looking away from something important?
What you choose is up to you, but I believe there are factors preventing you from making the right choices at the moment. I couldn't bring myself to just stand by and watch as you lost your life before my eyes. That is why I was waiting here to give you one last chance.
One last chance or I'm going to beat the shit out of you. The lady opens the thick book she's holding. Am I finally fighting something? I don't know how it's doing that, but the light streams from the box. It gets stronger and stronger until I have to shield my eyes. The blinding light finally begins to fade a little. I slowly open my eyes. The first thing I see should have been my arm, but what I see instead is one made out of metal.
Huh? What is this?
Oh, so this is going differently. So I'm assuming she's gonna freak out and go to the AV room, and then we're gonna have to carry on the story. I can't believe this awkward metal arm is mine. It's like metal plates are covering it. I start tugging at them and try to tear them off.
It won't come off. What gives?
It's not just my arms, my legs have changed too. Why are my arms and legs mechanical? My whole body? Even? I stare at my hands in confusion. These are my hands, alright? Part of me knows that, and I shake my head. Hello? My mic stopped working for some reason. Jesus Christ. Okay, what am I thinking? There's no way these are my hands. It's not possible. It's not? My head hurts. What is this?
I will be your opponent for a
Oh
short
my god, it's a fight. First fight in 2 hours and 30 minutes.
During that time, why not think back about who you are?
Alright, it's time to suck.
Huh? My opponent?
The lady takes a slightly defensive stance.
Away we go.
Alright, it's time to mash buttons. What gives is that you're a robot. Robot waifu. Alright. Let's chew some ass and kick some bubblegum.
Let's change things up. Over here, in my attack, opening my door.
That's on me.
Oh, impressive.
Take this.
Impressive. Thanatos. Oh no. Oh no. How mean. freezing. Summoning. Oh my. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my. Oh no. Oh no. From this moment, take it easy. Ooh, impressive. How mean. My attack. Impressive. Impressive. You're frozen. Persona backing up. Here's some fire. Remarkable. Remarkable. Remarkable.
Bro, stop blocking. Get out of here.
Well done.
Labrys got them combos. Hell yeah. Okay. Elizabeth said, hell yeah, you look like a protagonist. Get in. All right, that woke me up a little bit. But I really want to Google how much fucking chapters in Labrys' story, because goddamn, if they're going for like the 3 fights like in every other story, then I feel like there's like an hour and a half left of this. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna be able to find a number. Google hates me. All right, yeah, Arena Ultimax is a lot better. Just not off doing this separate story stuff. Arena Ultimax is a lot better. What do you mean by that? Like, they do the pacing better? I somehow managed to beat that lady in blue who attacked me. How did I win? How did I use these metal arms and legs like it was second nature? I don't understand. The lady in blue stands before me, exactly like she was when I first saw her. She's not even breathing hard.
Well done.
Yeah, her boss fight in Persona 3 Reload and Persona 3 is a real pain in the dick, Labrys. You don't want to fight her at full strength. She does some bullshit where she has 20 bajillion rules you have to follow. It's kind of annoying.
But I'm sure you realize now, you are not human.
The story of Arena Ultimax is better because they do it like Persona 4 dancing instead of, oh yeah, you told me that, right.
There must have been an important promise that could only be kept in that guise. That must have been your reason for living. Whether it's worth losing that or not, I ask that you give it serious thought.
An important promise. My reason for living?
Excuse me? I repeat that to myself. It seems important somehow.
Now, it seems the tumult of trials is about to begin, in which case, I bid you good luck.
Thick book in her hand closes with a loud thud. Strangely, that woman's sound lingers in my mind. When I come back to my senses, there's no one here anymore. I take a nervous look at my arms and legs.
Nothing seems different about me.
There's, no metal on my limbs now. Just ordinary skin and bones.
What the heck was that? A dream?
Yeah, you took some, you're 420 blazing it. You took some weed. Before coming up here, you hallucinated a purple lady. Yeah, what was that? Would daydream be the word for what just happened? I can't sort out my thoughts, so I think to myself, I can't just let it get me down. But some things I can't dismiss that easy. You are not human. You have an important promise, which must be your reason for living.
She said, I'm forgetting something? That I need to remember?
You're forgetting your Boston hot dog. My head's hurting again. The pain brings back another memory. It's just for a second and I can't quite catch it, but I saw blue skies and an ocean, and someone else was there. Maybe a white dog too? I don't know. I think there was a lot more to it, but that last voice I heard stays with me.
I mean, we're loved after all.
Revelations, baby. Revelations. When I come to, my hands are balled into fists. That's when I make the decision. That promise, that reason for living. I have to hang on to it. I didn't hear them until now, but there are strange voices everywhere in the school building. Hell yeah! She did it! She did it, everybody! Truly the best memory of all time. Is this the tumult of trials the lady in blue mentioned? Is that really gonna be a thing?
I can't just leave this be. I'm the dang student council president.
Student council president, I have to find out what's going on in my school. I need to make sure the students aren't getting involved in anything dangerous. I start running towards the first floor. Is this the end of her story until she encounters the other ones? Yep. Okay. Fantastic. Yoo-hoo, generic cheering noises indeed. Alright, P4U story. You can now continue from the cliffhanger in Yu, Yosuke, Chie, Yukiko, Kanji, and Teddy's stories. Okay, I'm gonna start it off from you then when I continue next time. Why is this 28%? That I literally completed. Actually, it's only just 4 to be fair. My god, it feels like I've completed all of them. Wee jippy. All right, I guess I'll continue from you next time and we'll finalize the story. What's this one? Is this gonna be the ending or something? What the fuck is this? That's still locked after I did all that? Wow. Alright, whatever. I just hope it's over so that I can go to the linear story of episode Persona 4. Jesus Christ. But, alright, I digress. I am gonna leave it off here because I need to take a waz and I'm gonna go to sleep. Because it's like 6 a.m. where I am right now. Thanks for dropping by, Galactic Corgi. I am heading out. Master Gamer out, baby. Big brain. Bye.